God damn it. Let's not do that.
We ran it for like 5 seconds.
We're late anyway, but what's up, guys?
That's my fault.
No, it's not. You always leave me behind anyway, so
That's true.
Emmanuel said it right. It's like this time you're not gonna leave me behind. He already did. So
yeah.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? Hey, Will, how's your day going, man?
Dude, my day is going well. I just told you, Optical, I was running behind because I was caught looking at digital pianos. It's better than being caught looking at other things. So, if anything, I guess it's a win, right? Because if I'm looking,
what you're looking at,
if you're caught me looking at my search results, then it's not a win.
FBI
It's a
would
win
come
for
up
me, but it's not a win for everyone else. But no, I was looking at digital pianos because, like, you know, dude, we know the rule: buy nice or buy twice, right? Which is kind of like the topic of this stream a little bit. So
yeah. So guys, we if you guys don't know, me and Will started streaming our video game thing for the past, I don't know, a couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, Will, if you have some time, maybe after this, you can do a round or two. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, right.
We'll see.
I don't know that I've gotten any better.
Well, that's not a surprise, but
yeah, it's true.
no, you did. You did. You're like 1 kill to death ratio now.
Dude, the last match we played, I had like a 1.5 or something. Like I was doing pretty good. The
That's
MP5 or the AK-47 is definitely a little bit better for me.
Doc is playing with us. Who else was playing with us the last time? Not yesterday, but the last time. I know Doc was there. Who was the other guy? I know there's like 5 of us at one point.
Yeah. Isaac, I think, was there.
Isaac was there. So guys, if you guys want to hop in, and if you guys are playing Call of Duty and you like to die often, come join us. You know, come join us. But speaking of joining us, let's just address. Oh, before we start, I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I know there's a lot of streams happening, so the fact that you guys are here is awesome. So we got Lane as always, Doc. Who else we have here? Cobra's Collection, Soul Nightmare. That's me. I'm not gonna thank myself. Marco, which is his 1-6 fix. I didn't know you got a channel, Marco. So nice having you here. I'm gonna subscribe to you. The Collector, Cuervo. We should take a shot, but Will doesn't drink, so
no. Maybe a Yoo-hoo or something.
That's Cuervo. Yeah. Andrew James, Emmanuel, another guy. My guy, Emmanuel.
Oh yeah.
Took advantage of that shipping glitch.
Yeah, he did. Which I got a lot of shit for that.
Hey, we'll talk about that, man.
I'm happy to take the brunt of it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll be the scapegoat.
We'll not dive in completely there, but you know, we got some I don't know, sensitive people. Gilbert's in the house. Tokatri, Equan, Andrew. Andrew, we play on PS5. So if you want to hop in, maybe after this, if we finish early and we don't intend on doing this for 4 hours, we could. Freddy, I thought it was Freddy UFC. Battlefield, hey, we're gonna get that, Freddy. We gotta get this, Will. Battlefield 2042.
Oh, there's like I was thinking you meant like a Freddy Krueger skin in the game or something. I was thinking
no.
Because like there's so many skins in Call of Duty, I don't even know how to keep up with them anymore. There's like John McClane and Rambo and Purple Man and
I know you're willing to buy Pennywise if you have.
Dude, yes, that's like the only skin I will buy. If they make a Pennywise, I'm in, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling the crowd right here, I gotta get my a denim jacket in place because I know you is
Dude, I have like honestly I have way too many. It's kind of a problem. I have like 5 or 6 probably. Like
they all look the same.
They do. They like all look the same. They're like a slightly different color. So
I don't know why you would do that, but yeah.
When we meet, I'll probably be wearing a denim jacket unless it's summer. So
that's how I know. That's when you'd be like, "Hey, where you at?" It was like here in booth whatever, wearing a denim jacket.
Right.
You're probably gonna stand out because you're like 7 feet tall.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Emmanuel got 3 figures. How dare you, Emmanuel? How dare you do this to
He's such a nice guy, though, man. He really is.
Yeah. Oh,
but he's also what's wrong with humanity at the same time.
Pretty much.
So
I don't know if you're nice or Nick Julio's here too. Dirts, Battlefield 2042. Hey, Dirts, I'm all about Battlefield, man. Because Battlefield, Will, I don't know if you played that. It's bigger and you have classes, so I could be a medic. So when you die, I can just heal you. but it's not
Oh,
like you can respawn though. It's not like Warzone where you die and you go to Gulag and you're dead forever because you can't win on Gulag. Um,
it's
so
true. It's true.
there's a chance. There's a chance here. John's in the house as well, and Emmanuel's $9 shipping. Emmanuel, you know what? We got to drop this, man. Otherwise, we'll get canceled.
Yeah, and
We're bringing
those
you down with us.
those are rookie numbers. We need to get that $9 shipping to like $7. No, I'm just
That
kidding.
that's I only pay like I thought you can't beat BBTS with $4 shipping. Apparently you could, so
From Hong Kong.
from Hong Kong. So
I'm gonna get myself in so much more trouble. It's fine. It's
but
fine.
don't worry, we'll bring Emmanuel down with us. So.
Not with Justin, by the way, just with people who watch the stream. That's all.
Yeah, he says cancel, Will. I guess it's gonna start trending now. It started trending, by the way, Doc, so not too long ago.
Yeah.
But hey, we got a lot of things to talk about, and we're trying to constrict that to 30 minutes. So let's jump right in. So I know you guys talked about this, but
Yeah.
we'll tackle it again because we don't talk about things a lot. But nothing wrong with bank error in your favor. There you go. Hey,
Lewis makes a very valid point.
It does. Ooh, did the price from Iron Studios DeLorean make you go, huh?
It made me go more than that. Like, I feel like optical. We talked about this. I sent it to you. I was just like, my face was just in a constant state of WTF.
I was trying to press that. Did you update your
Oh, hold on.
Roadcaster, by the way?
No, I think I did. What do I have?
That's what you're missing. This one. So when you curse,
see, I have applause. I have laughter. I have sad trombone, rim shot, scary.
Scary. That is very
crickets when my jokes don't land, and harp. That's all I have.
Wow. All right.
Quite the selection.
Lane,
That's not what the question you asked at all, but it's fine.
Lane, since you asked that question, let's go ahead and dive into this guy right here. So it is it's confusing. So this guy is how much? It's like 2,200, right?
On Sideshow is 2,250. For Iron Studios website, it's 2,199.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in that table when they thought about the price. And you guys know, I talked to PJ, and he's a statue guy for the most part. And we're talking about this. I don't care if Hot Toys DeLorean is priced at $1,200, right? Even if it's $1,200, it's still cheaper than this. It still is.
You can get both Hot Toys figures and a Hot Toys DeLorean for cheaper than this, and it's much bigger.
I don't know what's going on with Iron Suits, even with their pricing. Okay. This is a bad pricing. How about that Ahsoka that they just the quarter scale?
How much was it? Did you see how much it was?
I didn't know how much was it for, but
I don't think they announced the price, did they?
Maybe, but let's pretend that it's $600, which is fairly cheap for a quarter scale. They would never do that.
No.
Like a Sideshow price for a quarter scale, for example. I mean, the face that it does have. The closer you get into it, the worse it gets.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on with Iron Studios, man.
It's weird, man, because the Wanda looks incredible. Like the Wanda face sculpt is really good. The outfit, the base, really, really cool. The Mando I just got, fantastic. Really, really good. The Thanos I have, really great. I think Iron Studios makes really great stuff, but they're not always hits with their face sculpts. Like their face sculpts can be definitely misses.
Can we put them in a category here of just slightly better than Sideshow? Because Sideshow has good statues if they don't tackle the face. Like the X-Men statues that they have, fantastic, because it's comic book accurate.
Yeah.
But once they start dwindling with the face, especially this 1/10, they're cool from afar. That's the saying. You're good from afar, far from good. That's for girls. You see them from afar, and then you get closer and closer. They get uglier and uglier.
Oh my god.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you have this Iron Studios. How many? You got the Thanos.
I got 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love them both.
Good.
But Thanos is great because
right?
he's purple. I mean, like you don't have to get it exactly perfect for the customer to be happy. So if Ricky is right and it's $9.99, I mean, yeah, they're getting a little bit bold. I even remember we pointed this out with Queen Studios at one point too. Like there was something with Queen where we were like, oh man, they were always really good with pricing, and sometimes they most of the time they really are. But then I think it was the half scale Joaquin that was like $3,300 or something. And I was like, you can like the Captain America they just put out, which is half scale, is 2,000. So that kind of stuff. I mean, I get it. It's a high end collecting game, and the price is different to everyone. But this, I think everyone was pretty much on board that this is ridiculous. I mean, the 2,200 for this, it's 10 scale. I mean, I get it's a detailed car and there's a couple diorama statues and stuff, but I mean, you could get two Prime Ones for this. you could get a J and D for this. You could get like how many Hot Toys? 20? I mean,
Yeah.
like 15 at least, probably. I mean,
maybe 10, because if it's, let's say, average at 200 each.
Right, yeah, that's true. My math
maybe
sucks,
8.
but
But Darth
like
has
10,
the point here. You can get a real scrap. If you go to like a junk shop and you can see a DeLorean there for like junk that doesn't work, you could probably get it for 2,200 because it's not 2,200 plus shipping. Maybe it's not that big. It's 1/10. You see the guy holding it with like this, like on the picture. So it can't be that big.
And I'm trying to see, because the DeLoreans for Hot Toys on eBay are just ridiculous right now because it's been sold out for a long time.
But like, let's say they make one, right? I think the original was around 600-700. Let's say inflation and whatever, it became 1,000, which is still expensive, but that would be cheap compared to this because that's 1/6, and with lights, moving parts, and all that stuff.
And that's 2,200 plus shipping. So I don't know if Iron Studios gives free shipping or not. They may, because I bought from them before. No, I don't think they did for mine, but it wasn't anything 2,200. But yeah, that's a lot, man. Like you get, I mean, the Hot Toys, if they reissue the DeLorean, which I still think they will. I mean, if they do that, like you're right, probably 1,000. You're looking at like 250, 270 for each figure, like 1,500, 1,600. You're paying less, and you're getting like figures that are twice the size almost. Because 1/6 versus 1/10. I mean, you're down to 1/5. You're twice the size. So like.
Nicola's right and wrong in here. He says that's too much for a big hunk of plastic, isn't it? I mean, I agree that's too much. The problem is it's not even a big hunk of plastic. It's a small hunk of plastic. It's 1/10.
A small hunk of plastic.
It's a 1/10. So I wish it was bigger, like at least 1/6, and then charge. Even at 1/6, I think it's still going to be expensive for 2,200 at 1/6 because you're basically Hot Toys territory here. So, I don't know.
I hate to rag on Iron Studios because the Mando I just got is incredible and they do really great work, but I just think this has been unanimously backlashed. I think this has been like pushed back on. At that price, I just don't see them selling very many of these at all.
Even if you're a big fan of Iron Studios, you got to recognize this is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're screwing you on this one. Like I said, I love Iron Studios, but really, I feel like we have to be honest with this. I mean, it looks good though, no doubt. If you're looking at the statue itself, it looks good. So it's just it should not. Just in my opinion, it should not be priced that high.
Yeah, I mean, even that Ahsoka looks good. I mean, let's be honest. Like once you pass $300, it should look good. Right now, it's regardless. Now the question is whether it's worth it or not.
Right.
Like this one. But speaking of worth it, Emmanuel says I would be happily get canceled with the Brothers in Arms. It wasn't our fault. I definitely agree, Emmanuel. And is it worth being canceled for that? Absolutely. Yeah.
It's worth being. My Loki helmet is actually still held up with DHL in Cincinnati. So I'm not sure I'm ever gonna get it, but
yes,
we'll see.
Oh, by the way, thanks everyone for the super chat and Lynch Design. Gotta support the crew. Thanks for the stream, guys. Hit like if you haven't already. Great community we have here. Speaking of Lynch, man, I saw Lynch in one of the streams. I believe it's with six scale mafia or something. He got a very good setup, man. I don't know if you've seen Lynch's setup.
No.
It looks like it's for Twitch, man. He got like some nice LED lights going on. Some nice cabinets. We gotta get Lynch here one of these days. Lynch,
dude. He told me he's like he teaches design, so he's really good with like the technical stuff. Like I'm assuming like Photoshop and and Illustrator and After Effects and all that good stuff. So if anyone can teach us that shit, it's probably him. So
yeah, I mean you can see from his logo, it looks like I'm assuming that's an L and a D going on there. But dude, thank you, Lynch. Appreciate that.
Lynch is so kind. He's so nice, man.
Yeah. All right, so Elaine said since it's the price, it's like even PJ is going to order it. Most likely, yeah. If it's expensive and it doesn't make sense, just make sure PJ has it.
If it's expensive and it doesn't make sense.
PJ was like, add to cart?
I do. He's like, no. He's like, you know what? PJ's logic. He's like, you know what? No one else is buying it. It's going to be a grail. It's getting bought.
Speaking of doesn't make sense, I'm sure you guys talked about this. I'm guessing you're not going to get this, right?
No. No, they're good looking figures. Don't get me wrong. Like they really are well made and they're cool and they're innovative for Hot Toys. But I just don't like What If very much.
You don't know you do know Hydra Stomper is also a power pose, right?
Yeah, he is. But like I think he can move some parts. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he can move some. Yeah, but yeah, he is pretty much power pose. The price seems fair. I mean, he's not diecast, but if he was diecast, he'd be so heavy. So and he would cost a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think he looks cool. I mean,
It
I
kind of
didn't like that
reminds
episode
you of
very
like
much.
Ironmonger, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
But Ironmonger is like a real figure that moves. Although, he has some hip problems like an old lady. Uh
He needs
this one is
osteoporosis.
power
Or
pose.
sorry, calcium. Not
This one is
osteoporosis. That's what you don't want.
osteoporosis. Yeah, that's for your back, no?
I think it's just your bones, isn't it?
Oh, is it just your bone?
I don't
Oh.
know. We gotta Google
Why
that.
are you reading this kind of stuff to
I
begin
don't know. I don't know.
Dartress, if you told me that was 500, I would think that's too much. We're going to talk about that too today, Dartress. That's why we're here today. Basically, just to talk about, I'm Ricky Freaky. Ricky Freaky looks like he belongs to us. Like just his name.
Bro,
Like
he's got a Ray lightsaber. I already like him.
Oh, is that Ray lightsaber?
Yeah. I'm the only one who likes that, probably.
Okay, Lynch says it's your bones. I knew the moment I saw Lynch on that stream, I knew he was smart. Like he just looks smart. And his setup, man, is just good. Okay, Doc says
I gotta see it.
bones too. Ironmonger is shorter by 4 inches. Okay, so yeah, I mean, not a what if guy as well. I'm
Ooh.
guessing you're not gonna get this as well.
I don't know, man. I want to see the movie because I really like this suit. I think it's really cool looking. Do you like it?
I got tons of Spider-Man though, so this has to really wow me on the movie. Like he needs to do something good because aesthetically it does look good, but it to me it's a repaint of Iron Man, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this, but he's Spider-Man.
But at the same time, Optical, I've heard he wears a lot of suits in the film. So, and this is part of the reason why I sold the upgrade suit because I only have Far From Home tech suit Spidey right now, the movie promo. So like, I don't have a lot of Spider-Man. So like, if I'm gonna get one more Spider-Man, this one's not a bad one because it is pretty unique. But I want to see what it does in the film. If it's just kind of like in there for 20 seconds, then I'm not gonna get it probably.
Yeah, and even for a Spider-Man fan, for anyone watching, if you are, be careful. Hold on to this because I don't think this is going to sell out anytime soon. You don't need to pre-order this because we don't know how many suits we're going to get, and you don't want to dive deep into this this Spider-Man thing because we're already deep into it. So you might want to. I mean, it's up to you. You can spend your money however you want, but still, this one you're going to get, right? Both of them.
Sorry, I was answering a comment. Oh yes, dude. Yes, I absolutely rushed home after I left the theater. I was driving like crazy. Everyone was like, "What is this dude doing?" And they had no idea I was trying to rush home to get a Hot Toy. So, and it was on pre-orders. It's not even coming out for 2 years. So the logic just wasn't quite there. But nonetheless, dude, I'm getting these for sure. Like
Both of them.
I can't wait. You didn't see it yet, right?
I'm not. No, I was going to see it on Monday, and then can't. Dude. 2 hours.
Yeah, dude, for real, whenever you get it, it's coming on Disney Plus, like November or something. So absolute worst case.
Yeah,
you'll see it then. Absolute worst case, but dude, the film is beyond good. Like I was so happy with it, and just what it, I was really shocked at how good it turned out to be. Like I was always expecting it to be pretty good. The trailers looked solid, but it's just so much better than that. This film. Both these characters are incredible. I think Shang-Chi is going to become an A-list Avenger here soon, and I think Wen Wu was a fantastic character, and he was one of the best Marvel villains pretty much ever. So I mean, he does some badass shit. I think he's legitimately like top 3, top 5 MCU villain. Like he really? Like literally the opening scene is him being the Mandarin, just literally like destroying a whole army of people. Like he is
the Mandarin.
He is. Yeah.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's the real one. But he doesn't really but he doesn't like going by that name. He says in the film, but that's what some people called him. He's lived for like thousands of years, so not to spoil too much. But yeah,
him or what's his name from Black Panther? Because I really love
Killmonger. That's tough. That's really tough. Because I feel like they're like pretty much neck and neck. I feel like. I feel like for MCU villains, for me personally, I'm looking at Loki at number 1. I'm looking at Thanos at 2. Most people probably have Thanos at 1. Yeah. So, and then Wen Wu and Killmonger are probably 3, 4. But I would probably go Wen Wu and then Killmonger. But it's very, very close. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I like about Killmonger is he doesn't have any powers. I mean, until he drank that.
Yeah. Right.
He didn't even drink that when he beat Black Panther. He was just a badass.
Yeah, he was, dude. And Michael B. Jordan, just amazing.
yeah, that doesn't hurt. I'm sure that
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan
you got to
played
see it though. Yeah, you got to see Shang-Chi. You're really gonna like it. Yeah.
this one. I'm sure so far we're like 1 out of 3. Do you even think this looks like the like the actual thing, like the animated? It doesn't.
I do. I mean, I think it's a good figure overall. I did say it looks a little Hasbro-ish, and I got a bunch of pushback on that just
Mhm.
because it does look animated, and I get that. Like even the Spider Gwen, like which I really like, does kind of have a little bit of that feel too. But I think it suits the animation style better. I didn't like the What If animation style very much. It didn't
Yeah,
quite resonate with me the same way Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse was so unique, man. Like it was so different and cool, and like it was like more like stop motion almost. Like
right.
it was so cool. But this, yeah, I didn't like this episode anyway. So,
Yeah,
and I haven't seen her in the future episodes where they all sort of come together, which I know kind of what happens. But yeah, this I think the figure is well made overall. But they obviously Marvel or Disney, whoever was like, no, you got to make these characters animated looking.
yeah,
Clearly, where Hot Toys probably would have, if they if had their choice, they probably would have gone a more Clone Wars route, where they would did something in between. You know,
yeah. Do
but
you think the
this,
Clone
yeah,
Wars route though was intentional, or they're trying to? Because I know Sideshow did the animated version, and I always had this
right,
thought that they just want to recycle some heads and don't want to do the animated thing because they can do it with with Miles Morales in Spider Verse. They could do that, but I felt like they already have the mold for Cody, got the mold for these guys. Why not just do it this way? They're good at that anyway. Plus, I mean, I don't know, but do you feel like these kind of things should be a little bit cheaper? Because we always thought about like Hot Toys realism, right? Like, let's be honest, not all toys are made the same. This
right.
is, I mean, if you don't know Hot Toys, you see this, you'll be like, what? This is $250? I mean, what makes for me, what makes Hot Toys so special? It looks like a miniature person.
Right.
This is not a person, and we always say that hey, the likeness is expensive, and this one has none. It's an
Right.
animation.
Yeah, I think it's fine for this because she's at 235. That's pretty much
Was it
lower than most
235?
Hot
Okay,
Toys. I mean, so I mean, even if you're looking at 15 to 20, $30 less than a typical Hot Toy, that seems fair to me. Like,
yeah,
should it be lower? Maybe, but I think, for the people that want it, I think 235 is going to be a pleasant surprise based on what we're used to paying.
yeah,
So, because we're damn near paying like 275 per figure now. So it's
right.
some figures are 250 like Shang-Chi and Wenwu, but they're more the exception.
For like Hot Toys, right? Because I feel like this is something that 30 could do and charge us 175,
Probably.
like
Probably.
Rambo, you know?
Yeah.
Or Jamie Lannister, which is 180,
Oh, dude. Jamie
190.
Lannister. Yeah, like 180, 190. Dude, that figure is so good. It's so good.
It's my point, you know.
Yeah.
I just speaking of point,
Yeah, 30 stepping it up. This looks
it's
kind of cool. What do you think?
yeah, the price though, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
and we get it, we both get it. The price is going up across the board. We just talked about it with Iron Studios, um, but this kind of like piques my interest, but I don't know if that interest is enough for me to buy it. You know?
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I really do like it. I like how it looks. And I know we always talked about, and I still do, and I know you do, innovation. I think this
Mhm.
is that. I think this is innovation. This is definitely new and unique and cool for Hot Toys. It's diecast, it has USB light up. We love that. We love that feature. So I'm really excited for this one. I'm not getting it because it's so high in price. I mean, I think it's 485. So
85, yeah.
yeah, I don't love this suit that much. It's funny though. We were talking. It doesn't have the USB, but the Mark 5 suit up. Remember you and I were talking about that?
Yeah, yeah,
That one is actually tempting me a little bit more, even though it's not die cast. Like
yeah.
that, because the Mark 5 suit up is so iconic to me.
Yes, it
Like
is.
I was saying that they should do a Mark 50 suit up version, like for him in the street. Like Mark 50 is not the most popular suit, but I think you can make it popular if you gave him like the suit up version from Infinity War. I think people would go for that.
Yeah. We just want to give a warning to all the people that's watching now. You might feel this is uber negative, and we might sound like one because we're not typical. We're gonna buy all of these things, right? I mean, and we're
Right.
gonna talk about that because I'm gonna ask Will later on, his strategy for buying because we're not buying everything. We're pretty
Right.
selective. It doesn't mean they're bad because this is all of
No,
these
this
things
looks amazing.
everything that we just tackled looks amazing. It's just a matter of, and that's where our strategy would come in later. Like, why would they skip on this or this? It's not just the price, maybe, that's a big factor, always is. But yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, this looks great. I mean,
That's a cool pose right there.
look at this.
That museum pose that works, man. That's all you need.
And I don't know if you remember Iron Man 3. I think this is 3. Iron Man 3
3,
when it
yeah.
came out. Yeah. Do you remember that scene? I know when he was trapped underneath. There's a pipe that came down and he became this guy and all that stuff. Do you remember that scene at all?
Dude, Iron Man 3 is kind of a blur for me.
I know, me too.
Because I don't it's like my least favorite MCU movie. I really don't like it that much. It's you take Iron Man out of being Iron Man for most of the movie, and the villain, I love Guy Pearce, but he's just not, that villain was not well written. So well developed. So that film for me is just like a blur. I don't really remember this suit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you?
No, I mean I remember the scene where but like you said, the Mark V, even though it's a short scene,
Yeah.
it was more memorable in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like that fight scene. This is purely cool factor to me. It just looks cool. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I would attribute this to like Rescue, where if the right price comes in, maybe
Right.
I would get this.
Yeah, maybe it drops down to below 400.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
maybe we get a Tim Cent special,
And
a Toys Wonderland special.
maybe.
And then they do like they did their birthday code, and like a lot of these US retailers, they list it for free shipping. So 485 free shipping is not too bad, but that's still more than I'm willing to pay for this.
Right. Even with free shipping, because I mean this is not a statue, so it's not like we're gonna save a ton in shipping on this one. But if maybe they add a new currency into their website, maybe we'll switch.
Dude, I'm thinking. I know, right? I'm thinking. I think you and I always talked about like, it's an emotional connection. So if I don't have an emotional connection to the character, I better be getting a damn good deal if I'm going to buy it.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm not going to keep it otherwise. So
speaking of
like this,
like this.
Justin did tell me how much he loves this figure though, and I was like, that's great. I'm not getting it, but like he wasn't trying to convince me or anything. He was just saying how much he loves it, and like a lot of people are really loving this figure.
Dude, before I had this stigma where if you have a helmet on, you should be like with the what ifs, you should be cheaper. Because I'm not, even though this one looks like a real person, like in cosplay or something, and depending on the right situation, especially for someone who likes photography, this looks great.
Yeah.
But then again, you're not getting that. Again, it goes back to if 3-0 does this, can they do it like this? For Asmus? I think they could.
Maybe it could be the Star Wars license is expensive. Who knows?
Could be. Yeah, could.
And Hot Toys, like I've always compared Hot Toys to Apple. I feel like they can charge pretty much whatever they want, and people.
Because they're that damn good,
right? So it's kind of like Apple. Apple, like you're getting ripped off, but you still pay it. It's like with me, I have an on an iMac right now, so it's like it's the same thing.
Yeah, and I think that's it, and they're not going to change. And Hot Toys, they're not going to all of a sudden bring down their price. So it's up to us now whether you want to do this or not. But yeah, it looks cool. I like the colors as well. It reminds me of Abercrombie, maybe. But
it does look cool. I mean, it's kind of like a more muted Boba Fett. I mean, that's pretty much what the gist of it. Like it's a more muted green Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, I know people have bought multiples of these. I think they have a presence in Clone Wars from what people told me. So,
and there's people who collects just troopers, and I respect that.
Yeah, they look cool. They really, like Mario will get this. Yeah.
Danny, it does look cool. Yeah. But like this trooper, I think I would get this initially. I would have gotten this if I didn't mess up my Cody. Like I broke my Cody's arm.
Well, that was a common issue I heard.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was just
I thought it will. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, I think value wise, like pound per pound, this is a great buy in my opinion.
Dude, Rex is, I mean, we saw like first batch on Toys Wonderland, Rex was like $500 or something ridiculous. Like some of those first batch prices, not just Toys Wonderland, Tim Cent and others, this Rex was ridiculously priced. Like this figure is going to be super, super hot when it sells out. No doubt about it. Definitely. I'm not getting it because I just don't care about Rex. That's something I think we'll probably talk about, like not buying into because everyone wants a figure that you should get it. That's just our opinion because I feel like you have to really want it because otherwise you're going to just, I mean, you can make a profit on it later if you want to do that, but ultimately you're going to sell it. But yeah, this head sculpt is spot on, but this is not, we always talk about like sometimes when it makes sense to buy from Hong Kong and sometimes when it doesn't. If you're budget conscious, if you just don't care and you want it first, then absolutely go for it. But if you are budget conscious, I feel like this is one of those figures like Carnage where you shouldn't buy first batch probably.
Right.
because it just doesn't really make sense. But I have to check their prices again because we only checked that one time, and I don't
It might
remember.
have calmed down. Who knows?
Yeah,
But
right.
with what's happening now as well with Lando and the Death Watch, where people are receiving emails, you don't
Yeah,
know if you might receive an email with this a week
right.
from today or 2 weeks from today. So it's
Yeah,
really, if it's $500, for example, not just the price, the shipping as well, because that big plays a big factor. Is it really worth to spend that much just to get this guy? Maybe 2 or 3 weeks before everyone
yeah,
else.
dude. On Toys Wonderland right now, Rex is plus shipping 471.
So that's pretty high. That's almost
No,
almost
that's
double.
double. That's double.
Yeah,
Do not pay that, guys.
yeah,
Do not. I'm just telling you, like, you do what you want. Ultimately, it's your money, but that's double retail.
yeah.
I mean, no, just we can all wait for that
So
one.
471 that's shipped. What if it's not shipped?
It's not shipped.
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
shipped.
it's not. It's 471 plus shipping, so you're paying like
Wow,
520 probably.
520.
So yeah,
Even if our good friend Emmanuel here gets another glitch, it's still 471. That's
right,
that's ridiculous. But as far and this is coming from a non, I haven't seen a single Clone War. I've seen like episode 1 and I just stopped immediately. And people are
right.
want me to watch it. From a pure figure standpoint, I think it looks terrific. Like I bought
Oh yeah, yeah,
Cody
yeah.
without watching a single Clone Wars, and I loved it. I think for 250, you get your money's worth. You got 2 head sculpts. You got a gimmick from Cody as well. The light up thing. You got some accessories. This one, you get the head sculpt as well. You got the Tito Ortiz head sculpt. See if you want to play UFC,
Tito Ortiz.
you got that too. But I would have bought it had I not break my Cody. But now I don't have a Cody anymore. I sold it for $200.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, look at the
imagine
weathering on
that.
that though. That
Yeah,
is, yeah.
this is. I
This
mean,
is,
if you have the
yeah,
funds, I guess, and if you're willing to sell something down the line, and this is granting you don't like it, right? If you like it, obviously you don't even have to listen to us. But
yeah.
you know,
No doubt,
if
it's a great figure, dude. 255. I mean, that's our U.S. price here. I think that's good for this figure. I think that's based on the going rate. And yeah, I think for like almost all Star Wars fans, I think they're really gonna go for this. I just have no connection to Rex. I mean, it looks great. I'm sure it looked great in my display, but I'd look at it and be like, I have no idea who that is really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know Rex, but like, I don't know him that well. Not enough to really jump on the figure.
do you like UFC though? It can remind you of Tito
Some
Ortiz
Tito Ortiz.
and Chuck Liddell.
I watched GSP a lot.
Yeah,
So GSP, because my brother got me into GSP, was always his favorite, so we used to watch GSP. But yeah, he's amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
This guy right here,
Ooh.
we're getting spicy now. Carnage, you're gonna get this, right?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it with Alter Ego Comics. I got it for like $4.85 shipped because I had a $25 coupon. They have free shipping. So this is again the type of figure I think you probably should wait for, because first batch on these prices from all Hong Kong retailers is pretty astronomical. So this is one I think again where you want to be a little more budget conscious. But I do really really love how this looks.
And because of this guy, Venom went on waitlist. Well, no one
Exactly.
was buying Venom before, because we had this notion that it looks like a Marvel Legends. It might still.
Right.
And like right now the issues are coming out with the legs and peeling and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet you guys do not panic, because they're not gonna make a bust with Venom head on it with limited Venom. It just doesn't make any sense. So they're gonna pump out more Venoms. I feel like maybe not now, maybe second, third batch, kind of like Infinity War Thor. But I don't think we're gonna have a shortage, because there's no Venom too. I mean, Will's my source here. He watched the movie, and I'm texting him while in the theaters.
yeah, right. You're like, fill me in, Will. You're like, I'm dying to know.
Talk to me,
Yeah.
talk to me. And he was just like, yeah,
There's no spider logo.
dude. We're gonna go back to he looks fantastic. I mean, I don't know how those things are gonna hold off over time, because they look heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I'm
know.
fine with the visible joints on that figure,
Me
because
too.
I think it blends in really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Venom could have gotten away with it.
You think? He's
Venom?
he's all black with like veins and stuff. Though I don't know if that would have worked.
Yeah, I guess this one looks. I mean, I prefer this. I mean, maybe not the bicep thing in here, but this works.
Right.
Just one straight arm here, and this one
Yeah.
looks fantastic. Getting a page out of Prime 1, either Prime 1 or Toys Era. you pick?
Yeah, probably more Prime 1. Yeah,
Okay,
but
Sleazier
yeah,
didn't do this with their the boys.
they did it with Homelander. Yeah, they're doing it
Yeah.
with Homelander. Yeah, but seriously, yeah, this is I love seeing this from Hot Toys. I love that they're doing this type of stuff. I mean, it adds to the price, but it's a worthy accessory, I feel like.
Hey, I think that they should do this for everyone who has a second head sculpt. So at least it has some use for us, and not keep it on a small baggie and throw it, in
Yeah.
our accessories thing.
Dude, give Pennywise a third one.
That's
Like,
true.
yeah, he needs a
looks like
third one.
bust.
Yeah, I got this Venom. You know, I pre-ordered it because I got one before it sold out. So I'm excited for it because I really want to get both of them. And I was probably going to get this Venom anyway. I just wanted to see the second film before I did it. But I like the second film. I really enjoyed it overall. It's not great. I gave it an 8. But I enjoyed it. So I really like Venom as a character. He's very funny. He's very likable. He does badass stuff. Like I kind of really did want a Venom. If this one starts peeling on me, I'll just try my best to maintain it. You know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're back to the future again.
We're back. We're back.
Back to the future.
Yeah. So now we'll get to your I know you like this segment, so we're gonna get.
Ooh. Is
So
this
this
the
is- Yep. You pick and
would
choose.
you rather?
Would you
Excellent.
rather? So
Did you actually prepare stuff?
I did.
Oh my god. Are you gonna do them so I can ask you?
Hey, the what? Oh, the what if?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Let's do this.
I just spilled water all over myself.
To answer your question in the chat, I don't know why.
What? Wait, what question?
Your private chat to me, but
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
all right. So
I was like, what?
This is Will's. Would you rather have? All right. So we got some new folks in here. Dong Chow for you. Love that.
What a name.
What a name. We're getting better and better with King Dingaling and we got Tactical Jackal in here. I'd love to hear your both your thoughts on the Oniri creations. Have you seen that? The RoboCop and the they haven't shown Terminator 2, but they show Sarah Connor.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I think these companies are pretty similar. There's a company called Darkside Collectibles, and they're making the Sarah Connor. And I think Honorary Creations is creating the RoboCop.
Okay, I know they have like
But-
Terminator 2 as well, I believe.
I don't know because Darkside Creations is the one doing T2 statues. So I don't know if Honorary Creations is too. I don't know, but
But that RoboCop looks good with switch outs. It's
Dude, looks real good.
1,200 though.
they're charging premium prices for a not premium name yet.
Yeah,
So-
somebody new, right? Like,
Yeah,
and no face sculpt and whatever. But we'll see. We'll see how
it
they
does look
go.
really good though, and it's silicone the face, but there's only like this much of the face. So
Yeah, dude. Would you
oh
rather have?
yeah, I think someone asked me this. I'm taking the Hot Toys.
You're taking the Hot Toys.
Yeah, I think a lot of people differ on that one, but I think, for consistency's sake, for him fitting in with the rest of my Marvel collection, honestly, I like the Hot Toys piece better. Like
okay.
the Sideshow statue is really great. It's more comic accurate. The film, I love that look of Carnage in the film. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So to me, I love the teeth. The teeth in the Hot Toys one really grabbed me compared to the Sideshow one.
And the
So-
eyes. You get
Yeah, the eyes. Yeah, they're just. I'm going with the Hot Toys there, especially for less money. I get the better values probably with Sideshow, but the Hot Toys is better, I think. What
Yeah,
about you?
I'm picking this Hot Toys as well. And we get this bigger is better. And for the most part, it is display wise, right? Like this is, it's already post and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But just the paint application of Hot Toys, I believe, just puts it over the top on this guy because it has more realism to it. I get it. Like this Carnage is more the comic version Carnage, but
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's better. Like the eyes itself. I mean, look at the difference right there.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the joints. I really feel like this is the best concealed joints I've seen on a figure in terms of like visible joints,
However, if you're a statue collector, right? Like, I mean, it's not bad. The difference is what, like $110?
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to feel pretty good if you're getting this Carnage statue anyway, because the Hot Toys is pretty much very close in price, and you're getting a statue. The statue is, I think, like 5 or 6 inches bigger. It's quarter scale versus 1/6, but I guess the Carnage movie version is bigger than the comic version. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
because he's only about 5 inches bigger, and he's supposed to be quarter scale compared
That's
to.
what I heard. I mean, you've seen the movie. Did they interact? Like, is he that much bigger than?
It's funny, they interacted pretty frequently, especially near the end, but I just really don't remember him being that tall, but I guess he was. I guess I just missed it. So,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, Venom's pretty big too, so Venom's more like beefier. Venom's more broad. But
Okay.
yeah. So it's certainly interesting.
Simon says, don't like black on the statue. Yeah, the black. I mean, I know it's a part of him. It's symbol, but it's just doesn't. It's sideshow-ish. You know what I you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
like it. I just like the Hot Toys more.
yeah. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but let's see here.
They're both good, no doubt.
They both look good.
Would you
Speaking of,
take Hot Toys also?
I would take Hot Toys.
Yeah,
And
me
I know this one, I probably know the answer to the next one, but I want to ask you anyway.
Mm.
So no, that Twitter head is not 520. I think that's 320. That price was messed up.
Oh, so it should be 320.
Yeah, I think 320 for Twitter head, and Hot Toys was like 260, right?
So you're basically just saying I got to pay $630 for the Hot Toys to get it.
No. Just this is just like ignore the price.
Oh,
So
okay,
which one
gotcha.
would you rather get the Twitter head or the Pennywise?
So if
You-
these were the prices of the two pieces, which one would I get?
No. Forget the price because they're
Okay.
pretty close. I think
Okay,
Twitter
right,
head is
right,
like
right.
320 and Sideshow. I mean, Hot Toys is what, like 260.
Yeah, I looked at that tweeter head originally and I saw some videos of it and I almost got it, but I wasn't quite in love with it. Like there were just some of the details looked a little soft. It looked a little low end to me. And that's why it didn't, like, looking at the Prime one and looking at the Hot Toys, like I would totally take the Hot Toys, no doubt about it.
Hot Toys.
Yeah.
I knew that was.
I
gonna
got two of them. I mean, Optical. I don't even know. I mean, I think I kind of know from what the rumors say about why they made this figure in the first place, but we're never going to get a figure like this again.
Never.
Like, no.
I don't
like,
understand why they made this in the first. I'm happy that they made this, but
right.
this is just out of their element.
That's why I'm buying two, because hop on it while you can.
Yeah.
Because
It might not happen in a while. So
right.
Speaking of
This is the tougher one.
So since you like that so much, so I know you love this Vader too. I went back to my archive and
Oh, you went through the archives.
It was like, what does he want? So I know you're in love with this Vader premium format, but I know you also have Loki and you love this Pennywise.
So
now
yeah,
now you have a new girlfriend, right? And then we only have 630 to account for this.
yeah, we're supposed to go to some like retro arcade bar tomorrow. So
There you go, man.
I don't know if that's gonna be expensive, but we're gonna find out. So I
that's
just gotta tell her all my money got blown on Hot Toys. So that'll go over real well.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So basically, like from the diagram, it's kind of like I could get both Loki and Pennywise for the price of Darth Vader, and then some, really.
Yeah, and then you can only choose one. It's not like you can track back and get Vader later. No, you choose one. That is it. That's your ultimatum from your new girlfriend. Was like, you know what? We're gonna get serious now. So you can only get one.
I'm getting the figures, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I love that Darth Vader. I even said that it's the best Darth Vader collectible I've ever seen. I think that still holds true. But Pennywise and Loki, man. Like this is the Loki that I have the original Avengers Loki, and it's probably still my favorite figure I have. So because it's Loki and it's Avengers. So and the fact they're remaking it, this is one I cannot pass on. And Pennywise, I cannot pass on. I'm taking the figures for sure.
Cuervo says never Pennywise.
Cuervo, always racking on Pennywise, dude. Jeff said get Vader. Simon said Pennywise. Yeah, I think it's the values with the figures because I love Vader a ton, but I love Pennywise and Loki more.
Yeah.
So. But Vader's up there.
I thought it was going to be harder than it is because I know you love this Vader.
I do. I got it on pre-order.
This is the one with switch out hands, right? Like he can like.
Yeah. He has the one's actually better optical where he has his hand out like this.
Right. That's what I was trying to get. You know?
Yeah, that's like the main. But you could swap it out. Like he can have it bound by his side too. The one out by like this though is just really that might have made my decision harder if you showed that one.
Let's say that's the one. You're still picking up Pennywise.
Yeah, because it's the same statues. I can vision in my head, but yeah, I'm still picking up the figures. I think. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be a little bit dicier for you, I feel like. So the next one here.
Oh, mother.
Jon Snow and Jin Sakai.
Damn, bro, I can only have one.
You can only have one. Can
I break up with this girl and get both?
No.
Because that might be option C.
I know you love both. Jon Snow, and a lot of people doesn't like Game of Thrones, but at least the ending.
Right, the ending, yeah.
But I know this is not accurate, but this is as good as a representation as you could get.
Yeah,
Jin Sakai, one of your top 5 games of all time.
I think I'm going with Jin Sakai.
Ooh,
yeah,
spicy.
Yeah, because dude, it's funny. Like with some collectibles, I've been like really nerded out to the point where I've like really just probably gone overboard. When they announced this Jin Sakai and it totally caught me by surprise, I was legit like almost in tears, dude. I was like, wow. I never thought they were gonna make this character like I saw a tease at one point, but I thought it was going to be like a Hot Toys where they were going to be like, you know what, we're going to tease this and then never make it. So, but Prime One doesn't really do that, from my understanding. So, and they
Mhm.
really tackle a lot of the popular PlayStation IPs. Dude, I love Jon Snow. He's one of my probably top 5, top 6 favorite characters. But Jin Sakai, dude, is just like we talked about with a video game, you have more time to connect with the character.
That's right.
So Game of Thrones, you had 8 seasons, so I get that. But, you know, like 30, 40 hours of gameplay, like you build a pretty big connection. Jin Sakai, dude, Ghost of Tsushima is beautiful. People have not played it, seriously. And that statue, Optical, I have to convince you to get that statue. It is
I probably
absolutely,
will.
it is absolutely beautiful. Like it is one of, like the Jon Snow throne, literally ridiculously good. But that Jin Sakai, dude, like that with the flowers and the fox and like the windswept cape, dude. The swap out portraits, like, come on. Like you got to get it.
And the elements on the Jin Sakai, because even if you're not a gamer, you see this. The colors are nice.
Yep.
You got the what do you call it? It's a cherry tree or something? I don't know. Whatever tree this is.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the leaves are all over the place. Like even a non-gamer or not a statue collector would appreciate this. They would think he's a samurai with a fox on it. Which Jon Snow, I think you got at least watch a season to realize who's this guy sitting on a throne? Is he like a king or something?
Right. Yeah, if you didn't know Game of Thrones, but still, the fact that they included the Iron Throne in this piece for and Sideshow's upcharging this a little bit. So, because this is $1,000 normally on Prime One, but you're going to pay a lot more on shipping probably. So that's where it kind of evens out. But Mario for sure, dude, for sure. Ghost of Tsushima is Optical can tell you ridiculously good.
Ridiculous. It's one of the best games ever made.
Yes.
And Will, would you in statue game right now, who would you pick as the number one in the game? Like the hot choice of statue. Not in terms of bang for the buck, because I would say that's Sideshow.
I think so.
Buck, right?
Yeah,
like they're entry level, $600, not too bad. But hot choice, where you was like everything that they release is bang on. They might be expensive, but they're good.
I think it's J&D. Yeah.
I knew we would answer that.
Yeah.
So,
but Prime One and Queen are both like second tier, I feel like.
Yeah. Sunnyvale says J&D, and I definitely agree. I mean, J&D is in a whole new different level.
I think they're in their own tier right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of own tier, and I knew you would answer J&D. so you love both statues, right?
God, why would you do this to me?
Which one?
I absolutely knew you were gonna do this. I knew what was coming next.
See the setup there?
The setup. I knew you were gonna do this.
I know how much you love Joker. And J&D is the hot choice of statues right now. Now you got two that's near and dear to your heart. And this is just, I guess if you put things to perspective, like how much one thing is, you basically get two statues, both that you like. To the which I want to see your answer in this, because you can be like, hey Joker, I love that character Joker, but you like Jin Sakai too.
So Optical, you're telling me that I cannot break up with this girl and give all three of these?
Never.
Okay.
You're getting married next month. You already met the parents and all that stuff. So
shit. All right. Well, as long as she's not pregnant, we're good. So that's all that matters.
She might be. Who knows?
Okay. Well, we'll check. We'll verify. So, dude, I don't know, because the Joker. I still believe the Joker, from my experience, the Joker is the best acting performance I've ever seen in a film. Like Heath Ledger's performance. I remember when I was a senior in high school and I saw that film and I was just like absolutely blown away. Like I saw it like 4 or 5 times in the theater. Even when it came out on a cam rip, I was watching it. This was like 2008 or 9. Like, and cam rips weren't even really a thing then. And I was watching that. Like when they announced this piece, I could not believe it. But this is incredibly tough. I think I'm gonna go with the Joker because because it's just. I mean, I guess there's a third option. I could get the Prime One Joker and then maybe use some of that money to get Jin or something. Yeah,
because the Prime One Joker is what, like 1,500?
Like 15. So you're saving
that
plus shipping though. So but
there's only 2 options. So
okay. I keep wanting to create it there. I'm gonna go with the Joker just because Heath Ledger. I feel like this is good. This thing is already sold out, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. So, and like you saw the Golden Armor Wonder Woman is ridiculously priced now on eBay and stuff like that. It's like double retail. So this one I think is going to be that and then some, because it's not all about investment, but for me this is like the ultimate collectible. Like Heath Ledger, I just absolutely love his portrayal as the Joker. I don't think I've ever been more impressed with a performance, and Yeah, I can't pass on this. This is the ultimate collectible, I feel like.
And Tactical said something here. I know quality over quantity. I don't know if it's because the other two is not like bad quality.
No, they're incredible quality.
Incredible.
Yeah.
If they're just, they're not J&D, but
But they're damn close.
they're close. Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, the Joker's bigger. It's like 1/3, right?
Yeah, you get better value with the two because they're quarter scale, but I mean they're both incredible pieces. So I think if you had like if you wanted to impress someone who wasn't a collector or even a collector who came in your house, would they like that you had those two more or just the one Joker? I think they'd probably flock more towards the two.
Right.
So, but for me, that Joker is just I cannot pass on it.
So
Yeah.
the Joker is because they're both close to her heart, but the Joker is just trumps everyone basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like if they made a Loki that size, I'd be the same probably.
Wow.
So yeah, Pennywise I already have. I already have a half scale Pennywise. So
Damn.
yeah.
I didn't expect. I know this is gonna be tough because
It's tough.
they're both Prime 1. So Prime 1's no joke,
No.
It's wow. It just shows you like the level of collecting that we go through here. So there's different levels in here.
Right. Yeah. I'm already gonna be broke because I haven't paid that off yet, that Joker. So when it does finally ship, I'm gonna be like, shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And before we dump into that, I'll get you more one thing because we talked about that. And this is probably gonna be a new one for us here.
Ooh.
So
I wish I created some for you.
That's a tough one, right? Like, but now we said it earlier, not all collectibles are made the same. Some of them you really love, like the Joker. Some of them you just kind of like. Some of them you're just gonna pass on easily.
Yeah.
So I only like put a few figures in here. So let's see if you're gonna love. Love is an instant buy. I'm not gonna put Kylo Ren here or Pennywise because I know you're gonna, you're not gonna buy those.
Right.
So I put in something here that it's kind of like on the gray area where I'm like, all right, I might get him, I might not. So let's start off with this.
Ooh. So I have to rate it love, like, or pass?
Yeah. So pass is definitely you're not gonna buy. So let's say I like it, but I didn't pre-order it yet. Let's see. I don't know. I might not. Love is an instant pre-order.
See, that's the thing. I did pre-order this, I think, at day one. So I would say if that's the case, I probably love it.
You love it.
Okay. But it's not one that I'm just like, I cannot wait for this to come out. Like, I cannot wait. Like, it's not Pennywise or Loki level, but I do think that most people are really, really going to like this. And for me, like, I think it's great. So I'm really excited for it. I mean, I have it on pre-order already. So I would say it's a love.
Okay. So when I say like, you don't need to hate the thing. You're kind of like, like we talked about this. Like, I don't know. Would you get that? It was like, oh, I don't know. Let's see. That means you kind of like it.
Right.
You're not gonna pass instantly.
Like Venom, maybe.
Like Venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
right.
So.
Yeah, this is a pass for me.
Whoa! Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just how many Boba Fett's do I truly need? Because I have the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. I'm getting the weathered version with him in the robe too. So I don't like this. Looks cool on the throne and everything, but I don't know how I would fit this in my display. And also, I don't feel like I need it. I don't like this scene was so short and brief. I don't feel like I really need this. And when the show comes out, there's going to be like 5 other Boba armors probably, if not one. But there's going to be some other stuff. And Obstacle, there's so much heat dropping. There's so many good figures coming out. I just don't. This is not one I feel like I need. I think people are going to go crazy for this, and they already have. But for me, it's not. I prefer the weathered version.
Okay, so you passing this one?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you didn't pre-order it day one. Doesn't mean you don't love it. You might eventually get it, but because the trend now is you don't pre-order day one because there's no incentive of doing that. But
yeah, this is a tough one too because it's funny. Like I did pre-order this one, but then I canceled it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I lost the NRD, and that was fine. I lost it, but because the problem with like I love the way this figure looks, but I basically what happened was, and I told people to do this. I had never at one point made an Excel doc tracking all my purchases.
Yeah,
and then I went and did that, and I was like, So I was like, I probably need to be a little more careful and like budget my money a little better. So I went through and pretty much deleted or canceled things that I knew I'd get my NRD back for that I didn't really want all that much. And this was one of those. Like this was one where I was like, I want this and I like it, but I don't feel like I need it. So this was one, when I'm getting J&D and Prime 1s, like that costs a lot of money. So like I got to trim some fat somewhere. So Like this was one where I think a lot of people have already gone crazy. Like I think Justin and Lael both put this, and Brendan might have all put this in their top 3 or 4 anticipated.
Yeah.
So I think it's great too. But for me, like I'm happy to just wait and see what other Captain Americas we get. And yeah, I
This is
can't
a
say
light thing.
it's expensive too. It's like $400. So
Yeah.
it's and I don't. It's a space killer because you got to put him with the wings on. So the wings are going to take up so much space. And do I really need this figure? I'm going to say no. So I'm going to pass.
So, oh wow, you're gonna pass it. You're not even gonna like it.
I mean, I like it. I like how it looks, but for me, I'm not going to get it. I don't
You're
think.
not gonna get it. Okay. So
No,
this would
yeah.
be a pass for
Like
you.
I like how it looks. Yeah, I
okay.
think it's great. It's like the sculpt is like a 10.
Right.
I mean, like it's a beautiful figure, no doubt about it. It's just more so a pass for me. Like I'm not going to buy it.
Yes, this is what we're talking about. Because at this point, we got to pick and choose our battles. And when we pass, it doesn't mean that it's bad, or maybe not for you, because this might be for you, but it's just circumstances or whatever.
Right.
Doesn't mean we're dissing it. There you go.
Ooh. I think this one's a love because the fact that we got one Suicide Squad figure is ludicrous. Like no Bloodsport, no Polka Dot
Harley?
Man, no Harley. Yeah, if anything, Harley, right? I mean, you have the head sculpts, so
Forgiven.
like, but I mean, if we're gonna get one, I would have preferred Bloodsport be the one, but King Shark would have been second. King Shark would have been my second. So the fact this is priced very reasonably.
Yeah.
Like it's a power pose, but I prefer that for this figure to be honest. And this is really unique looking. I loved King Shark so much.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. So yeah, this is a love for me. I already got this pre-ordered. It's innovative for Hot Toys. I like it.
Would it be safe to say that the price contributed to the love factor?
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted King Shark anyway. If this was $450, I would have had a harder decision to make.
Yeah.
But if this, even if this were $300 and it's posable, unless there were visible joints. If there are visible joints, probably no. But if there's seamless arms and stuff, I would say I'd go for it. But
that's almost seamless. I would say there's like a line in there, but it's not that bad.
It just looks like skin, so it's fine.
It
Yeah,
doesn't bother me as well. So this would be a love then.
Yeah, this is a love.
This is
Yeah,
a
he's
love
so
for me.
unique. Yeah, like someone said in the chat, like Always Sunnyvale. Yeah, he's so unique. Yeah.
Right, and plus the price. I mean, how could you go wrong?
Ooh.
This is I knew this would be a tricky for you because you don't normally go for this, but you love the movie.
I'm gonna say this is a love. Yeah.
All right, so you pre-ordered this?
Yeah, I have this on pre-order. Yep,
Okay.
yep. I have him and Gwen actually. So, Miles, dude, I love the movie. This is, I think, the best Spider-Man movie ever made. I've said that, and I think this should be a DX. I don't know why it's not. It basically is. He has like 3 different swappable outfits, 3 head sculpts or 2 head sculpts, and a bunch of interchangeables, like a diorama type background. Like it is this. There's so many accessories here, swap outs. Like this is a beautiful figure. I love Miles. I think he was fantastic in the film. I love this suit. What I'm probably going to do is put him in the black suit and then put the jacket on him, kind of the scene where he's jumping off the building and becoming like his Spider-Man self. That's what I'm going to go for. But there's so many possibilities with this figure. It's beautiful. It's a love. It's one of my most anticipated for sure.
I wish there was a second body, right? So we can display him on that outfit on the right,
right,
and utilize this Spider-Man because it's so damn good that you don't want to cover it up. But I'm sure somebody's going to create a body like this. Like,
are you getting this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are you getting Gwen too?
I don't know. That's a like for me. That I'm not.
She comes with Spider-Ham though.
Yeah, those are the things where kind of like okay, because this is a must-have for me because, like you said,
right.
If I'm gonna get a Miles, I will get this and not the other Miles that just came out.
Right.
That's the video game Miles. To me, that Miles, I love Miles. We both finished the game, but again, it feels like another Spider-Man, a VGM Spider-Man.
Right.
But this one is different. You got the head sculpt. There's a lot of things going on here that I feel like it's unique. It's just unique that So
and it's a great movie. So
it's a great movie. Yeah.
So good.
Oh, Lynch, this is a must buy for me. Super chat from Lynch. Appreciate that, Lynch. Where is Peter Parker? They should do that. I think this is gonna be a hot one.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't optical. I don't know why they didn't do a Peter Parker. I mean, they did a Gwen, they did a Miles. Why not do Peter?
Because remember I don't know what, it's a third party, but it generated a lot of buzz. That's I forgot whoever made that Peter Parker. Forgot, it's third party.
Oh, it was a Young Rich, right?
Young Rich, yeah, it generated a lot of
Rich,
buzz. People generally liked it, and I don't understand why Hot Toys didn't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And dude, I mean, looking at the view counts for Justin and other people, like these figures are highly anticipated. Like the Young Rich one's got a lot of views.
Right.
So the people are really excited for these figures. It's funny though, Gwen didn't have a high pre-order number.
Oh,
Like,
she didn't. Yeah.
yeah, she had like one batch literally, and that was it. So, like, I don't think she's been super hot by any means, which is
And
weird.
she's not that expensive, right? That
No,
Gwen. How
no,
much was she for? It's not.
like 235 maybe or
It's not
240
ridiculous.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's not ridiculously priced, but it's. I don't know. Maybe people are just content with just having
255,
miles.
sorry. Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think
Do you
that's what
think?
it is. But I feel like if you can get both, that's great because Gwen goes really well with Miles
Yeah.
and Spider Ham. You can have three of them. So I mean, that's amazing. Ooh,
Mhm.
okay. Uh, this is a love.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. What do you think? Is this a love for you?
I'm more of a like here because
Okay.
I feel like my Marvel has stopped on Endgame, at least the collection wise.
Mm.
And if I had to get one, I want that the last scene. Even though I feel like this would be the ultimate Wanda, though. I feel like
For now,
for
yeah.
now, for now,
Until they make another one.
that is true.
That's we always try to think of it that way. I feel like you and I like
Yeah.
we always try to look at it and say like, hey, like
Right.
this is the ultimate version until the ultimate version comes
Ultimate
out.
version comes out. Right.
Yeah. So, but dude, this figure is absolutely incredible. The hair, they fixed the crown already.
Yep.
I
Yep.
think sculpted hair works for this. I've seen the other Wandas with rooted hair, and they can get kind of funky looking at times. So this looks really great. I cannot wait. Yeah. I'm glad that people agree. I got this one on pre-order. I'm super excited for it. Because I don't have a Wanda,
Yeah.
so
Me too.
this is
Dude,
the
like
one to get.
everyone loved Wanda, especially that scene that she had with Thanos. I'm not talking about the Endgame one. You've seen that scene, right? When you're like browsing to the internet looking for
What's scene?
the one that was KG was browsing for.
Oh yeah, KG he browses for a lot of
He
stuff. So
browses
I
for a
don't.
lot of stuff. So
Yeah,
he
I had
was
no
just like
idea what his
KG
tastes
was
are,
just like,
but
was that Thanos that she was making?
was that the? He said he didn't know who she was.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
right.
knew it? It's like what the okay.
KG
But
Chalamet.
Yeah, KG is nasty at times, but
Yeah, he can be.
yeah, we love him. How about this? I know, I know we had a lot of discussion about this, especially when it hit that price point of 165. We're looking at each other. It's like
Right.
Emmanuel, shout out to Emmanuel for not enabling, but joining us in the parade of free shipping. For those who doesn't know, this guy went to 165 at Toys Wonderland with that shipping glitch. Because
Right.
without the shipping glitch, it's kind of like buying from Hot Toys anyway. He's like 200.
Right.
But with the shipping glitch, it was 165. And me and Will are always like,
Yeah.
and we eventually didn't get it.
I wonder if we're gonna regret it.
So I guess it would be a pass then.
I think it's a pass, yeah, because we've
Okay.
passed on it so much. I don't think we can turn back
I
now.
don't think we can turn back yet. And a lot of people says it's a pass, and Ricky Freaky says that the meme. And, everyone is hard pass. Like anyone who's on hard pass. Let me ask you guys: if this was 165 shipped without tax, would it still be a hard pass for you guys?
I don't. It's funny. I'm gonna say no, but it was, and I passed.
That is true.
So like, I feel like in theory, I want to say yes, but in practice, I'd probably still pass.
Gene says hello everyone. Pass for me to be honest to go very selective. And I agree for 220 or two whatever, with shipping and tax, this would be like 250. Absolutely hard pass. But what we were like on the fence back then was 165 and we passed. So Cuervo says nope on 165 pass. Okay, always Sunnyvale says 80.
80 bucks.
God damn, these people are nasty. I mean, that third party is not even 80 bucks.
No, right? You're paying 150 at least for third party. Yeah.
God, these people are like mean. Okay, Gene still a hard pass at 165.
It's really surprising to me just how unpopular this figure has been. Like
Yeah.
every Tony Stark, I think is pretty popular, but this one has like literally no one wants it. Like
Cuervo's like 120, maybe.
you saw Optical, the guy I forget the guy in the group. He was selling it. He listed it for like 200. Then he listed it for 180. Then he listed it for 160, and like no one was still buying it.
No one
like
was budging. And
yeah, right. Like no one was budging. Like no one. I guess someone eventually bought it, but it's like it's hard to sell. I mean, that guy obviously took a loss if he bought it at retail.
And
So
this is what we're talking about. Like the Iron Man that was pumping out, and people was like, "Oh, they buy it." Do they? Like, is Iron Man still Iron Man at this point? Because if you go to Sideshow, you get Mark 50 Midas, Mark 85, Mark 85 Battle Damage. There's a lot of Iron Man still available. Mark
Right.
7 just went a waitlist, so it's the cachet gone for Iron Man. Because this guy, I mean, look at the chat. No one would get it. Maybe the highest would be Cuervo at 120, and that's a maybe. So I don't know. Maybe he lost his luster. I don't know. Maybe he did.
I don't know. I think it's just this suit. I think it's just yeah.
How about this? I know your answer.
It is a pass, yeah.
That doesn't even interest you one bit.
No, no. I've never looked at this figure twice. And not saying it's not good. I mean, it
Mhm.
is really cool. It's unique, it's cool looking, it's well done, but it's from a video game and like a mobile game, I think.
Yeah.
So, but no doubt it looks really cool. I think this is more of a comic thing.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know why I know why I put this in here because I'm in the high of like the Carnage and Venom. So I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, would this be nice looking, right next to them? Maybe not for four. I don't know how much this is going for. Maybe 405. But
Yeah.
is there any price point that you would get this?
Not any reasonable price point. I think,
Okay.
I think even if they charge like 200 for this, I'd still say no.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I just have no interest in this
No
figure
interest.
whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it looks cool. Again, every Hot Toys looks cool, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
even
get you.
200. I would take Team Suit over this.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad figure. Like I just have no connection to it whatsoever. I don't know anything about it. Like I think it looks cool, but not cool enough for me to really jump on it.
See, this is another reason because Lynch Design was right. I always wanted the Punisher War Machine. I always want to get that. It's free shipping now right now with $30, but I still think that's pretty high. I know I saw it like went
Yeah,
down to like 340, and for me that was still high. But I always want to get one, the Punisher War Machine. Maybe at 280-ish. Maybe I'll
spooktacular maybe.
maybe it's coming. So and
Yeah,
then maybe that's the reason why I kind of like thought about this because they're in the same kind of game era there. So
right. Yeah. Ooh.
because you got Wanda and you love it.
Yeah. The
Do you
problem
have
is
do you
I
have
have
this?
Age of Ultron. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but honestly, I did think about it. I did think
Yeah.
about trying to sell that one, maybe take, because I think I bought it for like a crazy price at the time, like 180 or something. Like,
Mhm.
so it's not like I really am going to lose much money, if any.
Right.
So I could sell this and get the new one. His abs aren't great, but I think they'll fix that.
Okay.
I think they're gonna correct it. So this one is gonna be an improved body. I feel like just some minor improvements with the paint, but overall it's pretty similar. So most likely I'll end up keeping it. So it's a pass. But I do like the figure, so I'm gonna say like, but I'm not getting it because I have Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, especially the newer ones, would get this just because of the mere fact that there's no vision
Right.
available, so this would fill the void of that end game-ish vision if you have a team.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This was the first one to go in my I got the Age of Ultron, and I just my shelf was getting full, so I was just like, "All right." I took him, Wanda, and, Quicksilver and just sold them for, like, 150. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'll get this again down the line, but for me, that's a like as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
like. It's
I
like.
like
It's good. Yeah.
it's like, but
Yeah.
alright, man. Let's do the balance here. So we talked about this. You had your own segment at Lyell here. So which
Yeah.
brought me to the precursor was, all that things that I showed to everyone. And most of you are passing or getting. So obviously you're not getting everything, even though they
Yeah.
look good. We can all agree that everyone that I showed you guys looks good, but you're not even willing to get Team Suit Tony for
Right.
150,
Mm-hmm.
120. So Will, give us your how do you balance? Because you're the
Mm.
first. Oh, well, let's do that on the other one. So I guess the balance that I'm talking about is we got some collectors here whose life revolves around here, and you give a valid point on
Right.
layout. How do you balance these things? Like because you're a single
Dude.
guy and you don't
Yeah.
want to look like the typical collector
Eh,
that,
I kind of do a little bit, so it's fine.
but
But I mean, I do have more denim jackets, probably than the
that's
typical
true. That
collector.
helps. That
So
helps.
that might be my distinguishing feature. But that's a tough question. I feel like balance to me is, you know, finding happiness in different avenues of your life, right? Because collecting is, and everyone's opinion is different, right? If you ask someone who's like a professional musician or professional actor, I think most of them would say that acting pretty much is their life. But, behind closed doors, they might say that that doesn't define their life, right? That's what I kind of like to view it as. Collecting is our passion. It's what we do it's what we focus on. It's what we talk about. It's how we make connections. Like it's something we do to pass the time and to have fun, right? But at the same time, it shouldn't be the only thing that we find those like positive traits in. I feel like you and I, there's other things we like. We talk about sports. We're in a fantasy football league together, right? Like you have a family. Like that's really your primary consideration in life, I would think, right?
Mhm.
Like for me, I don't have that. So like I focus on other things too. I think balance to me is not going too deep into one thing. So then if something goes wrong with that thing or you don't have it anymore, that you just don't know what to do with yourself, right?
Yeah.
There's so many other things like music, for example. Like I like that. People like sports. I like playing sports, watching sports. Like balance to me, I think is just finding happiness in different avenues so you're well-rounded because then you can meet and interact with multiple people. Like if you only do collecting and that's like all you know and all you do, then how are you really going to converse with other people about anything but collecting? So if you converse with non-collectors, like they're going to be like, you're not going to know what to talk about
Yeah.
because yeah, like, right. Because you don't interact with any other hobbies. So I just think it's so important not only to balance your budget, but also to balance your life. Like, that's just how it works for me. I don't know if other people are the same, but for me, like I really am very particular about finding balance because otherwise I'll just get depressed, right? If I'm too focused on one thing, then like I feel overwhelmed and I just feel like, I can't really focus my efforts on other things I want to do. So I just feel like it's so important to pursue other interests and hobbies and not really collecting is a hobby. I feel like it shouldn't be like the very first thing in your entire life like it shouldn't be your number one priority. I feel like so, but everyone's different on that. If you want to make it your number one, as long as you have other priorities that are good too, then it's your life. Do your thing. But I
Yeah.
just feel like there's so many other things in life, and to rob yourself of those enjoyments without exploring those would be a detriment to your growth.
Because I know some guys and a friend of mine that pretty much this revolves around a typical day, right? Like you work, you go
Right.
home, you go to Sideshow, you go to YouTube,
Go to sideshow.
go to Sideshow, look for things,
Right.
go
Right.
to
Right.
forums, some announcements, right? Sometimes you go to eBay, look for some stuff. Um, you go to some live stream, and there's nothing wrong with this cycle, right? You go to some live streams, you watch, and it's cool. We like to interact with each other. You go to bed. Tomorrow you do the same thing over again, right? And you
Yeah.
don't know sometimes because I've done that. I've done that where you do the same thing. You wake up, you go to Sideshow, you see reward points. Oh, it's new in pre-order. You go to Facebook page
Right.
and interact with other people. But it's time consuming, and you don't know that it consumes you more than that.
Right.
And we talked about this unknowingly, and it's funny because I talked to our last stream. If you guys didn't know, I streamed with Matt, and if you guys haven't seen, I texted the Will the segment for Matt and Rogue One Six. They have
Yeah.
this really interesting talk for about like 20 minutes or so. And Matt said, about all these things. It's like it's kind of like a selfish hobby, basically, a collection, because no one really finds amusement to this but yourself. And we can agree or disagree with that. But I guess his point was, what was that? Like he said that he's spending all this money, and not knowingly, sometimes we make decisions that because to collect, there's sacrifices that needs to be made.
Hmm.
If you go in a store and you pick up a shirt, that's one of his example. I want to give this credit to Matt because we're going to talk about this on Sunday too. Like pick up a shirt, he said like it's $150. It's like, oh my god, the shirt is so expensive, but you get a half scale statue for 2200, for example.
Right.
So we get those logic that we sometimes we it just becomes so normal because we do it all the time
Right.
that we don't eat on a fancy, like, or you go out, you don't go on vacations anymore, or you barely get a haircut or something,
Right.
which I haven't.
Well, see, for me, it doesn't matter. So,
That's true.
like, yeah.
Unconsciously, or subconsciously, we don't know that we're sacrificing a few things,
Mhm.
vacations, going out, and all that stuff. When does it become unhealthy, though? Do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like kind of like I said, like when you make it your number one and you're sacrificing other things and you don't maybe stop to realize that, then yes, that would be the problem. I feel like so, and this is I think the question is really good because I watched a little bit of Matt's segment. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I fell asleep, but it was really good, right? I really enjoyed what he was saying, and I get what he was saying. Like, and I think he was saying that Jason was like having like a midlife crisis after he talked to him. So he was like, "Yeah, why am I like?" It was very introspective. It sounds like the conversation was very introspective. I feel like that's really valuable. This is a tricky one. I feel like it becomes too much when you're putting the needs of your collection before the needs of yourself and the needs of your loved ones around you. Like I
Mhm.
feel like that's when it's becomes to the point where it becomes more like an addiction,
Yeah.
right? So that I think is where it's tricky. Like, and that's why for me, like I really value having people around me, like friends like you or family who I know are very honest with me and will tell me the truth at all times. Like they're not bullshitters, they're not ass kissers. Like they will literally, they're out for my, I know they're out for my best interests, and they will tell me the truth if I need to hear it.
Yeah.
So those are the people I really value, and I feel like that's the people just outside of collecting you need to surround yourself with. And if you don't, then you'll never. It's hard for you to really be introspective and know when you've gone too far. But
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but it's true though. I mean, I think on the topic of is it selfish, like that's a tricky one. I feel like that's a double-edged sword
I think
because
all hobbies are selfish to begin
yeah,
with.
like you said, literally all hobbies for the most part are pretty much self. Unless you're like your hobby is going to a soup kitchen to volunteer.
Yeah.
Like, which I did for a while. I did that for a while when I was in college. So I did it first as a class assignment, and then I just kept going because I connected with the kids and the families there. So I did that for a while. I did it for like a year. So, and that's, I don't know if it was a hobby, but it was something I did. So, because I had friends that went with me and we all kind of did it together. But like, I mean, like I talk about music a lot, right? Like I've played piano since I was like 19. I've been doing that for a while. Like that's selfish in its nature. I mean, like my family can enjoy hearing me play, but I didn't get into it because I wanted to make them happy to hear me play. Like, I got into it because I wanted to learn how to play and I wanted to do it for self-fulfillment. This is self-indulgence, but
Yeah.
it's really no different. I mean,
But
maybe learning music might be a little more productive of a hobby,
that's
but,
that's what I was about to say. Because
but
at least you learn a skill. If you practice
right.
jujitsu, maybe you could, or boxing, maybe you can defend somebody in the long run.
Yeah.
You learn a skill. Because in here, unless I guess you do YouTube or you do photography, then maybe that's a skill that you crafted while doing this. But if you're getting them putting on
Right.
a stuff, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I do that a lot every day. Um, like I guess that's the question of yeah, well, it's a tricky. We can sit here and debate all day about that, and with that, we'll segue to because again, it's I guess I want to hear it from Matt too because he felt that way, and I felt that way in a long while. And here's what I would say because I
Yeah. Yeah.
don't know, Will. I don't know if it is it the money issue that's why people are going to step back and feel that way, because if we're not spending as much, would you feel as guilty, for example, that hey man, I'm over doing this? What if you're
Yeah.
collecting Marvel Legends that you only spent $500 a year, and at
Right.
five
But you
hundred
have
dollars a
like a
year
million of them. Yeah.
right, and $500 a year for at $25 each, that's what, 20 Marvel
20.
Legends
Yeah.
a
Right.
year. Let's say you spend 1,000, which is it sounds insane when you're talking about Marvel Legends, because that is what, like, literally 40 Marvel Legends a year, but you only
Right.
spend 1,000. That's less than Jin Sakai. Um,
Right.
would you feel as bad? Do you think?
Yeah, but I think the problem is too, like we always say, I think collect within your means. So if you're on a tight budget, then Marvel Legends or Black Series can make for a really fulfilling and fun collection. But if you have the means and you can get a Jin Sakai or a Queen Studios Joker or a Prime One Joker, and you can see that, that's amazing, right? Because you have like almost a virtual, as lifelike as possible representation of that character, right?
Mhm.
And that I think is worth a lot. So
Yeah.
I would feel I wouldn't I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. Like, what I feel is bad. I would say probably because the same amount of money, but I really don't feel bad about it because I feel really that I feel other people are getting a lot better with this too, just from what we've talked to people about, like
Mhm.
budgeting and really balancing. I feel like that's important because if you that's I feel like it's so important too, not to buy into FOMO and like I gotta buy everything. I gotta buy everything first batch. I gotta buy this and that. Cause then you're gonna look at your Excel doc if you make one, you're gonna be like, holy shit, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So I can tell you from experience. Like I literally went through that Excel doc and I was like, I have like $15,000 in pre-orders. Like, and I was like, I gotta cut back tremendously.
Right.
So I did. I cut like probably a third of that out. So like, and I had to because I was like, I don't, I make a middle class salary. Like, I'm not making a killing. Like, so it's
Mhm.
one of those things I feel like where that's where the balance comes in. It becomes unhealthy when you're like, I just don't give a shit what my bank account looks like. I'm going to keep buying everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's, it's your money. So if you want to do that, I just feel like that's where it becomes more so like an addiction where it's like, you can't stop even if you wanted to. Like, even when you know it's in your best interest to pull back a little bit, you don't.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes.
I guess that was the question because sometimes, because the comparison is between this and a Jin Sakai, but we all know no one buys Jin Sakai for 1 year. Just I'm buying with Jin Sakai, and that's I'm done for 2022. Like the bigger your hobby is, the more
Right.
the more expensive it goes, and you're gonna be kind of like Mr. X because he's retired, kind of like semi-retiring. So is it like the I don't know the answer. This is just a question that I throw out there. It's like, is it the fun of opening stuffs, the new stuffs coming in. I don't with us, we're not gonna be satisfied with Marvel Legends. I'm just using that
Not
as
at this
an
point.
example. Yeah, not at this point. That's why I think like Hot Toys is really important to me because Hot Toys I feel like is in the middle ground that you don't feel. And there, again, there's nothing wrong if you collect Marvel Legends or Funko Pops or Barracks or stamps. But I feel like with Hot Toys, it's a middle ground for me that I don't feel as irresponsible, I guess, so to speak.
Right, yeah.
Because it's
That's a
like
good word. It's
250.
a good word. Yeah.
Yeah, at 250. Let's say even if you buy it a month, one Hot Toys a month, which I feel like it's kind of like excessive already. You buy one Hot Toys a month,
Yeah.
that equates to 2,500 a year. It's still not that bad, right? I mean, 2,500 a year, that's J&D Joker. And I feel like one Hot Toys
Yeah,
a
it
month
is.
is a little bit excessive, in my opinion, but
I mean, yeah, I mean, to a non-collector that would probably be very excessive.
right. Like I mean, I
But
asked before, like on my, I was like, do you guys? And they said no. I don't know how true that is. I got a poll and everything. But sometimes with all these pre-orders, you see everyone's like, oh, gotta have it, gotta have it. So I mean,
yeah.
how many announcements we get in a year? I know you don't get that in one sitting, but if you count it, I mean, we're doing this countdown in July. I told you guys I already have 8, and I felt really bad. And I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't. And that would be my next question to you:
Yeah,
is
yeah.
your collecting strategy?
Oh,
Because you're
yeah.
one of the guys that I guess made it and not made it where you combine hot toys with statue with props, and
Right,
they can
right.
be expensive, but it's working out for you. So do you have a specific strategy that you use? Like, and it's easy to say, and we're gonna dive deep into this. It's
Yeah.
easy to say that get what you love, but you love a lot of things. Like you love
Remember that?
Captain
Remember
America.
that?
You love Captain America,
It's like, but I love everything.
but I love everything.
Yeah, right.
You
That
love
was me.
Captain America, and then you
Yeah.
let go of it. I guess give us
Yeah, yeah.
on the thought process of which one you love, you gotta let go, and which one stays or goes, even though you love them.
Yeah, I think really it boils down to as simple as you made it in that segment. Like at points, I will look at my collection. I'll pretty much do this like at least probably once or twice a year. Like I'll literally scan through my collection, sit there for like 5 minutes and be like, huh, I'm gonna sell that. Like that's what I'll do. Like I'll sit through, I'll scan through and I'll be like, what do I really not love right now? Like
Mhm.
what do I really think I could do without?
Yeah.
So that's really what I do. Like when I'm collecting and curating, that's what I do. Like I'll literally go through, scan my collection, and be like, you know what? I'm gonna like that's what I did. I like last I think it was last year or earlier this year. Like I sold Hawkeye Deluxe Endgame. I sold Deadpool 2. I sold like Sith Trooper. I sold a bunch of other Star Wars figures that I was just like, like I don't really need it, right?
Mhm.
So and that is when I think my collecting strategy. For me, I do go for things I love. So it really is, I feel like, as simple as that. But with statues, if you're going to buy a statue, this cannot be just any character you like.
Mhm.
Like, unless you just have a shit ton of money and don't give a fuck. Like, if you just don't give a fuck about your wallet or you have an unlimited budget, then yeah, get what you want and you have the space. But for me, I don't. Like, I only have limited space. So I got these 2 Jokers and other Jokers because I love Heath Ledger's performance. Like, it's my favorite performance of all time. I'm not just going to get any, like the Wanda Iron Studios, right?
Yeah.
I like Wanda a lot, but I'm not paying $1,000 for Wanda. So, because that's a big, that like you said, that's like 4 Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Like I can buy a Wanda Hot Toys and be very happy with it. So, but if it's a Pennywise or a Loki or a Joker, then I will. Because like if you're gonna get a $1,200 statue or anything above a Hot Toys, really, like $400,
Mhm.
$500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever, like you gotta truly, truly love that character. Like you gotta really be in love with like Bane and Joaquin, right? I love both of them. Like I love them. That's why I got those. But for Hot Toys, I think you can be a little more depending on what your budget's like. You can like something and still get it. And that's why you
From
don't
Hot
feel
Toys,
as bad. But
right.
if you buy a $2,000 statue and you don't love it, you're going to feel bad.
I guess that's where our argument with the J&D Wonder Woman, because it looks really good, lifelike. Almost you got Gal
Right.
Gadot.
But I
in-
would never get it. Yeah.
Right, because the movie is just not, good. And you can do
Yeah.
that with the Hot Toys, where you can get the Golden Age armor for $300, be in love with that portrait, and move on because it's $300.
Right.
With that being said, like there's a lot of good stuffs now going on. Do you set a budget yearly, monthly, or
Monthly. Yeah.
monthly?
Monthly. Yeah. I don't do it yearly. I do it monthly. I track it in that app called Every Dollar that I told people about. So it's free. I track every
Mhm.
purchase. I put I think my paycheck, I think I put about third of it in savings every paycheck.
Mhm.
So, I budget a certain amount for cable, for gas, for car, for, utilities, rent, whatever the case may be, food. I do all of that. And then I put about a third into savings no matter what. Sometimes I go a little bit over budget on the collectibles. And if I do, and basically what happens is, I'll probably have to sell something. Like I'll probably sell something to even that out. If I go like $100 over budget, I'll usually just let it slide for the month. But I can't go really much more over that. So, yeah, I think it's so important, in my opinion. You're optical. I know you know a little bit more about finances than I do, but I think it's just general knowledge to really build up your savings.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you can put money aside, and this also will keep you accountable. Like, if you're budgeting and you're using that app and you're marking your collectible purchases, like, it's going to really, because you're going to look at that shit. And, like, if you see that you did too much, you're going to feel bad.
Yeah.
And that's good. You should, because, it'll help keep you accountable. So that it's not, trust me, I've been through that, done it many times. So I look at it, I'm like, oh man, shit, I got to sell some stuff to recoup costs. Like, so yeah, I do a budget. I don't know about you, but I do a monthly budget.
Yeah, because you feel bad. Like I look at it yearly. I have like a strict thing where because I'm and Matt's thing as well is like how would you make sure that you last this long? Like because if you can burn out yourself quite easily, especially
Right.
with pre-orders because it's easy to pre-order. You pre-order one, you paid up 10%, you forget about it, and then like the Nobi says, you get the toy apocalypse. They all come out at the same time, and
Right.
it's harder to budget, I guess, that way with the pre-orders because you're just doing it and forget about it, and then all of a sudden they come out and it's hard to track basically these
Right.
pre-orders. So how is there like do you mark it down? Oh, it's gonna come out in March. So for March, I already have two coming out. I gotta be careful. Is that how you do it? Or
Yeah.
like, what if Sauron comes out the same day as Jin Sakai? No.
Right. Right. Then you really got to track that. You know what I really like doing? And I should have mentioned this sooner. I do payment plans for everything like that. So for statues, I'm huge on payment plans. If a company doesn't have payments plans, I usually won't buy an expensive statue from them
Mhm.
because I like to pay things off over time. Like Jin Sakai, I have like 12 monthly payments on him. Like
Mhm.
because he's $1,200. So to pay him off, like I pay like $100 a month for like 12 months. So I know each month I'm going to get hit with that bill. And that's fine because I can keep myself accountable each month instead of getting hit with 1,200 at one time.
So do you
So
count that as like your monthly thing then?
it's in the monthly budget, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
if say if I put $500 a month on collectibles, right?
Mhm.
That $100 is in that. So now I'm at 400. So yeah, every month I got to. That's why you got to keep accountable. Like Sauron, luckily, it's funny. I used the stimulus check to pay off him, so that worked out pretty well. So, but him, but like for Jin, for example, where I paid all out of pocket, then yeah, I basically do it. I do payments and Kratos,
Mhm.
Balder, I paid off a while back actually, but stuff like that. Even Hot Toys, I put those on payment plans too.
Yeah. The Nobi's here, man.
Oh,
The Nobi's
Denobi.
like he got the toy apocalypse going on where because I listen to
New
Nobi a
York
lot.
Denobi.
The Nobi's in New York Comic Con right now. So, but he
Yeah.
does have this thing where the Nobi's is really good at managing these things. And here's what I oh, look at this. We got a super chat. Cobra's collection sold my DX Joker 2.0 because I wasn't really feeling him. Sold for $600. I ended up keeping my 1.0 DX Joker and a third party Kit Bash Joker. Hey, that's profit right there.
There you go.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
I've done the same
That's
thing.
what you do, man.
Yeah, it's because if characters and then you have two and you don't really need one and you're gonna make. I sold my Anakin for $600 as well. So
I sold Darkside Anakin. What did I sell him for? Like $750?
yeah,
Like, yeah. I do miss him a little bit, but I like $750 more. So
exactly. All right. I mean, let's put Denobi in here.
Oh, Denobi wants to hop in?
Yeah, I didn't know Denobi if you want to come in because I know you're probably in hotel right now. Hopefully not with Dawn Prime.
I don't think I'd ever heard someone say "you can wait" more compelling than Denobi. Like,
yes,
he was like you can wait, and I was like, you know what, you're right, Denobi, I can wait. I was like, I can do anything.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, it's true, so true.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you now. Denobi's in a hotel right now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good though. He can tell us all about New York Comic Con.
And I hope we don't see anything else funny in there, Denobi.
Who knows what we'll see with Denobi, to be honest. He could be butt naked for all we know.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, right. Hey, full male nudity, it's fine. No
We-
monetization, but it's all
no,
good.
hey, no judgment here, Denobi. But yeah, Denobi is the guy who I listen to a lot because he's into finance as well, and
Yeah.
we don't pre-order. And one of the not pre-order. He barely pre-orders. We use the Hong Kong thing as a gauge when it's coming out, and then
Yeah.
kind of decide. All right, this like Venom. I didn't pre-order him right away. I saw the blogger picks. Hey man, looks good. So let me go ahead and get it. But I don't do payment plans because I feel like it gives you the impression that it's cheaper than it actually is.
It does kind of a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you the impression that hey, if you boil it down to let's say a Sauron, which is how much is it? Like 2,500,
The thing was 1,400
1,400. If
plus
you
shipping, so probably
break
like
it down to like
1,700.
120 a year, for example, 120 per month, kind of gives you that. Oh, it's not too bad. But
Yeah,
the
like
end of the day,
I
you
can
paid
handle that.
1,400, right? So,
right.
but then again, it's not for everyone. That's just my rule, and I know Denobi does the same thing. Where's he at? Okay. But I know he does the same thing. But hey, if that gives you that, but that's why I think the yearly for me works better because I can't control. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's.
I heard a beeping. I was like, "What is that?"
That is
Here, I'm here.
There he
Oh,
is.
hello, Mr. New York
Hello,
Comic
hello.
I saw the Nobi and the boys in there. That makes I told you, Will. That makes me kind of regret not going to New York Comic Con.
I know, man. We should have gone, dude. We should have gone.
Huh?
See, we should have gone. We could have hung out with Denobi. We could have hung out with everyone, man. Like,
I'm telling you. I don't make it very often to the East Coast. So when I do, I try to make the best of it.
Where are you from, Denobi?
From Las Vegas.
Oh,
originally-
Vegas. Okay.
Vegas. Yeah.
Maybe we can go to the Nobi.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, 15 years living in Las Vegas. So Vegas is my home. Nevada is my state. Nevada, Las Vegas has taken very, very good care of me. So
Nice.
It's a good city. It's a good city.
Plus,
But,
no property tax, right, the Nobi? No property tax.
No state tax.
Okay.
No state tax. Yeah. Get the camera here.
That's cool. That's how Delaware is near me. I'm in Maryland. So, yeah.
Yeah, no state tax. And hold on, I'm trying to get this camera. Sorry, I'm not used to putting up a phone on the fly here. Hopefully I sound okay.
No, you sound fine. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Mine. I got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife from the panel tonight. The whole movie.
Did you?
Hmm?
You get to see the whole movie?
The whole movie. Ivan Reitman and his kid. He goes, "Hey, you guys want to see a clip of the movie?" And the audience said yes. And he goes, "You know what? Just go ahead and give him the whole film." And we got to see the whole film.
What? Oh my God. Was it good?
It was awesome. It was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had a proton pack because I'd like to run around the room here and pretend to shooting ghosts. Yeah, they did a good job.
It was good. Okay. It was much better than the 2016.
You see any collectibles coming out of that IP? Maybe even 3-0?
I would love to see the Ecto one reissued, but in that state with the gunner seat, because the Ecto one plays a huge part in the film, like a big part. So that really caught me off guard. Yeah, I thought it was just like, oh, the Ecto one shows up, for fan service, and then it goes away. But no, it played a huge part. So
that sounds like a Blitzway category. That
Yeah. Because I think you have the original Ecto one, don't you, Denobi? I think I saw your review on that.
Yeah, I love it. I love the original.
It's a beast of a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like Grails. I chase Grails.
That you do.
Hey, well, maybe you should get the Iron Studios DeLorean then, because no one's gonna buy it. The edition size is gonna be like 5. So
I don't see any value with that.
No, I don't think so either. It's $2,200.
No. You're better off getting a hot. You're better off getting a Hot Toys DeLorean for that type of money. So.
It's way overpriced.
Yeah. But hey, I want to say thank you for letting me crash Opticon and hanging out with you and Will here.
Oh,
man. Denobi, enlighten us with your strategy, man. Because I know you're one of the guys who are. You have a system going on. So
I was walking back from the convention and I got to hear part of the live stream that Dante had. Dante had like a 6-panel team going on earlier in his channel, and I got to listen to it. And then even though I'm here in New York and I've been doing the cons, every now and then I still like to listen to you guys because I know there's pandemonium out there. I know there's chaos and fear and and terror from all the pre-order drops. And so I like to still educate myself with the way the current flows. That way, when I do go back, I have something, genuine to share with the audience, instead of doing a midnight run and telling everybody, "Hey, I told you so." Didn't I tell you?
Right.
Even though I deserve it, right? Right off the gun, I deserve it, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look
because
at it.
because here's the thing. If there's one thing I've heard throughout the airwaves of YouTube land, well, Denobi. Remember what Denobi said? The storm is coming. The only thing I like to correct people now is that the storm isn't coming. The storm is actually here already. That's the difference. Is that when you start to get notifications on 2 figures within the same week, and you're clutching your wallet, that's the storm. That's you telling, and you're worried about it. And there's support groups on Reddit. There's this. That's the storm. That's people. Hey, what are you guys going to do when so and so? Are you going to put one on hold? Are you going to do this? Yeah, that's the storm. That's people trying to strategize because they didn't plan ahead for the future. They didn't anticipate these multiple drops. And I didn't anticipate certain characters dropping. I didn't think the Short Trooper would drop like that. So
early.
yeah, it's unstable. It's a very unstable collecting market right now. It's kind of scary, isn't it? Is anybody else terrified about this? This is pretty.
Yeah,
this is
and
wacky.
there's so many companies dropping quality products that it really becomes very difficult, and especially with all this shit dropping at once. Like, how do I just drop like 4 figures in the matter of a couple days? I mean,
were
and a
not
lot of people
supposed
had
to
all
come
those
out.
on pre-order.
They're not supposed to come out till next year, supposedly, right? Like machine. And Denobi, I know you order mostly local, and even if you don't order from Sideshow, I know you
Not local. I order from Alter Ego.
well, there you go.
Because
Right.
because they give me the best. Because I like pinching pennies and coupon clipping, free shipping, no tax.
I order from them a lot too, Denobi. I got Carnage 485 shipped, dude. They're free shipping. They double box the shit out of those figures too. The Alter Ego is great.
Yeah,
and it's funny because all of us here in the panel are the reverse, I guess, importers. Because most people wanted their figures right away. We wanted them pushed back so we can like budget them correctly, right? Like if they come out like a month or 2 early, then we're like, oh man, it's messing up my projection for the year. Like that Venom,
Right.
I don't project that till March, so you put that now. My budget for 2,000 a year is kind of like ruined. So I was like, all right, I gotta get this now. Now, something gets pushed back, and it's hard to like. It's the opposite of people who imports them from Hong Kong, which they want it now, and I don't know how you can really track that. So most of us are like this. Oh, you got to New York and you were instantly broke.
It's probably true.
It's no secret. I chase grails, and I discovered a grail like on the second day I was here in New York. It's no secret, right? And it depleted my funds, so then I had to reach out to the UN Council for extension on more cash funds, and that was that was a fun talk, because she knows I spend a lot. She knows I come here and spend, but the fact that I ran out of money like on the second day, that could be a little bit concerning, right?
Yeah.
Red flag. It's a red flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I found a 3.0 Ed 209 still brand new.
Ooh.
Oh, but wait a minute. It's a 3.0 from the RoboCop 2014.
The new movie. Right.
Yeah. And they were made in such small, limited quantities that you can't even use eBay to track their true value, because such a small batch was made. So I had my buddy, when I was at the store, research. I go, look, can you find something? He goes, hey, Denobi, I can't find anything on this. I don't know what the true value is. The only thing I was able to find is that the Ed 209 from the RoboCop 2014 movie retailed for $450.
Okay.
The one I found was still brand new, and the guy was selling it for $600, so I snagged it.
That's reasonable.
That's not bad. $150 over retail for all these.
Yeah. Yeah, and then paying $100 to ship it out. It's gone. I shipped it straight to Vegas, so paid $100 to ship it because it's a huge box.
Huge, yeah.
So I did all that. Yeah. So I was, and then I found Forbidden Planet. I found some gems there. I found a brand new sealed BB9E, the little black Star Wars droid.
Yeah.
He that store actually had a lot of retail Hot Toy figures that have been discontinued, but they were still brand new. So I found that little droid. I love my droids, and it was one of the ones I had always regretted not buying. I found him. So I've been fine. It's really weird. This city, I've been finding a lot of stuff because I'm not going to buy anything here that I can get easily accessible in the West Coast or even through eBay. But the fact that I can find certain things at cost or is hard to find, it's been really, really odd. Maybe people just don't want to walk with this shit out in the street. I don't know. But I've just been,
retail stores are normally like higher, right? Like they're more expensive if you go to.
You would think so, yeah. In New York, yeah. It's been fun here. I've been having a huge blast here. And then
should have gone.
And then Will and Optical, every time I wake up, people are like, "Hey, something else dropped, Denobi. Denobi, look. Denobi, look." Because I'm not on Facebook, right? But everybody can still reach me through Instagram. Look, Denobi, look, the apocalypse. Look what Joseph dropped. I go, and I'm like, I told you so.
There's always something new dropping from every company. I mean, statues, figures, whatever the case. Yeah.
I will say though, that Boba Fett 2-pack is going to drop before this year. U.S. collectors will get charged for that. I'm almost positive.
I hope so. I got it on pre-order.
It makes sense because once they release, aren't the new shows slated to release in December?
Yeah, December, I think, like right before Christmas.
Denobi might be right, November, because you don't want to compete with your own product because everyone knows they're going to make a boba on that new show.
Yeah,
and you don't want to compete with that because everyone's going to be like, they're going to be Mandoized, like the best car Mando in kind of situation where, but yeah, man, that's Denobi. What's your reaction on this? People, I heard your stream where you said they're trying to get to the ledger. They're making it a black before the end of the year with Hot Toys instead.
Well, it seems obvious, doesn't it? I mean, it almost. I mean, most retail chains, because I did years ago. I did retail. I was a retail store manager, and most retail companies, their LY, their year-to-end date usually ends on December 31st. Most retail companies. So I mean, Sideshow isn't publicly traded, but I'm assuming that their books end on December 31st. And I know that you cannot count a pre-order as a sale, right? What counts as a sale on the book is a completed purchase. So by charging the full amount and delivering that product, that's considered a full purchase. Not remember how everybody's been joking about all year, all we're collecting is pre-orders. Yeah, but eventually collecting pre-orders is going to catch up. I just didn't think it would catch up this early. My projections from when I built my Excel was like, I go, the shit's going to hit the fan first quarter of next year. I go, this doesn't add up. It seems like every time there was a new Star Wars drop, everybody in YouTube land was doing cartwheels and throwing fireworks and clapping their hands. And you're like, I go, this doesn't, and I have my little Excel sheet. I'm like, this doesn't add up. Not everybody's going to be able to get everything. And if you listen carefully, which I have, because even though I'm out here, I still tend to listen when I'm standing in line. You can, every now and then, you can kind of start to pick up the tap out excuses. I've heard, not mentioning any names, but I've heard the tap out excuses. I was going to get this one, but since it's dropping early, I was like, you were doing somersaults early in the year on this figure. Now you're kind of backing out on it. Okay, I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember.
There we go.
Especially if you're spending more than what you should, like if you're importing this somewhere else, which you would add an extra at least $60 on top of the retail.
Right.
And then you keep that constantly 7 to 10 times a year. That's more than 800.
Well, that's my thing, Optical. I feel like if you're going to pre-order something, you should be very confident that you love it and that you actually want it. Because if you don't, then when, like Denobi said, you're going to be clutching your pearls a little bit eventually when like all those pre-orders drop and you're going to be like, oh shit, I don't have any money to pay for this. Like that's going to be the problem. So like I feel like you have to be very like nothing sells out anymore for Hot Toys. Like in terms of a pre-order, you have time to think about it. You don't have to do it like right that day. For statues, that's not always the case. But for Hot Toys, yeah. I mean, like even statues, most of them, like Prime 1, you can wait a while. Like J&D might sell out in a day, but the rest of them, No, I mean, like, you have time. So, like, you should be very thoughtful about it, because otherwise, if shit starts dropping and you're not ready for it, or you're not, keeping tabs on it, then you're going to be in some deep shit. You're going to be, you're going to be in a situation where you're not going to be happy. So,
I'm reading some of these comments. What are they talking about? I see one of the comments. Someone says, "Don't tell Denobi where the Grail's at." I love my grandma. Please don't say. There's probably you can find Grails around. Don't tell me that, man. What are you trying to do? You trying to break me? Come on now.
he already had to ask for extra funds, guys. Come
I
on.
was. I'm already under scrutiny. I mean, I have to. I have to explain why I'm walking around with a lightsaber. I mean.
Denobi, are you going to go to San Diego Comic-Con? Optical and I might try to hit that one.
The one in November?
I think there's one, maybe, I'm thinking maybe next year.
Yes, I will. I've never, well, until 2020, I've never missed a San Diego Comic-Con. I'm always there religiously.
Really?
But
Okay.
yes, yeah, I'm always there. I live there, and but they're having a special edition in November.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Okay.
It's like a 3-day event, like on Thanksgiving week, in person, and I have to attend, which sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a grandfather clause. Is that what? So
Oh, okay.
yeah, like if I want to keep the badge privileges,
Right. You
yeah,
gotta keep
like
them going.
yeah. So even if it's for one day, so and the whole month of November is blocked for my job. So I planned it out where I'm gonna work that day, fly out, spend a whole day there, and then fly back out that evening because I have to make sure that I'm grandfathered in for the next event because they're really they're really making sure that the press or any influencers show up. Like you're going to be there, right? Like the emails that were sent to me, like, "Hey, we're granting you this. We're extending this, so we expect you to kind of be there." Hint, because it's so important to let the world know that hey, the show's back up. Yeah. So I don't want to jeopardize that. So I have to. I will say though that with San Diego Comic-Con, it was extremely difficult to get qualified for the press badge. It was really hard. I've been turned down multiple times, and then just on 2020 was the 1 year that I got approved for the press badge. I got turned down like multiple years, and then 2020 is like, oh, Denobi, you've been approved. Oh, cool, 2020, yay! I get to show up, and that's the year that the world fell apart. For New York. For New York Comic-Con, when I applied for the press badge, I'm like, oh, these guys are going to give me shit. I'm not going to go to New York, whatever. And like within like 48 hours, they're like, oh, sure, you're press. Boom, again. I'm like, really? You're not going to check my credentials? You're not going to do this?
No, you're in.
Yeah. They were that. I mean, they were that desperate to get people to show up. So typically they'll vet you. San Diego will vet you. New York didn't give a shit. So I was able. Yeah. So, and I was trying to tell a few other YouTubers on them, like, I don't think New York is vetting. Oh, Denobi, I'm not like you. I'm like, I'm telling you, man, they didn't check my channel. They didn't ask for any of that. They buzzed me in. I said I was pressed and they buzzed me in. But I'm grandfathered in now. I know how the system works. So next year, it should be a little bit easier. So if I get access next year's press, I may most likely show up for New York, even if it's just for a couple days. For the New York Con. It's important. It's important for them. It's important for the industry.
Especially now they want more eyes. Like this people are so hesitant to come in. Even me and Will were like thinking about it. Some companies didn't show up, so it's kind of like I don't know. Should we go? And
I was pissed. I was pissed, right? That big major companies like punked out. Sideshow didn't show up. Hasbro, Mattel, NECA. Right. NECA shows up for anything. NECA shows up for like the local cons in major cities. They usually show Mesco. Nobody showed up for this. So when I didn't see Sideshow show up, I did some digging and I realized that did you hear my theory about Sideshow? Why did you?
No.
So San Diego Comic-Con is a registered trademark. To use that logo and name, you have to pay a license fee. Same thing for the New York Comic-Con. If you use that brand or the name, you have to pay a license and a branding fee. Well, it never dawned on me that Sideshow Collectibles, the company, bypassed all that crap by calling their little virtual tour event the New York Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they were still able to capitalize on the tent
The
pole
event. Yeah.
market and from it, but they didn't have to pay for the licensee for the brand. So if you ever look at his stuff, and it kind of got like really like they're New York. Oh, I get it. They omitted the word comic. I get it. That's how they were able to bypass the licensing and the trademark, because to use that name, you do have to pay a fee. So my theory is that they saved so much money, because to host an event,
Yeah.
it's typically over 6 figures.
Oh wow.
I used to work, in Vegas. I know how the industry works. So to attend one of these events, it's about 6 figures. It's anywhere between 120 for 150 grand. That's including the booth, paying all your employees airfare and room, labor, union labor, because all these trade shows you have to do union labor. So that's typically about the price tag. So I'm guessing that this is my theory. My theory is that by them not attending the show, they were able to put all that money into air freight everybody's pre-order drops to the U.S. and bypass all the shipping containers. Paid UP. They probably did bulk UP. They probably have a contract. Well, who's their preferred shipper? It's UPS. UPS is a preferred shipper.
Yeah.
So
right,
they probably worked out a contractual deal with UPS for air freight. Because how do you have a figure announced drop in Hong Kong and then
simultaneously
Sideshow's, hey guys, we're gonna charge you in the next, your item will be in our warehouse in the next 7 days. Holy shit.
Right.
That's some serious air freight. Yeah. Not only that though, but like for the Death Watch, I pre-ordered my Death Watch in Alter Ego. I already got my Alter Ego notification. That's
Nice.
how fast.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how fast.
Because
Yeah.
Alter Ego, Big Bad Toy Store, they get their stuff.
They take a little while. Yeah.
Sideshow, and it might take like a month, maybe a month and a half after.
Yeah, but the fact that it's taken that was this quick was like mind blowing, because I'm used to waiting. I don't need my figures that fast. I don't need the stuff, but it's clearly sent ripples through the community, because everybody thought that they can kind of sleep on their fingers till next year, right?
Yeah.
And it is scary, right? Because like I've seen that, like I said, even though I'm not on Facebook, I've seen the comments. People love screenshotting the comments and sending them to me off of Facebook, off of, and I've seen the support groups show up, Will, and and so
Denobi, I get you, like with Hot Toys, that they're trying to look good maybe till the end of the year, but they're private companies, so they don't really need to answer to any shareholders, right? So
no, but what they do need to probably answer to is their paid distributors, and if their paid distributors are unhappy, well, then there's trouble in the relationship. So clearly, Sideshow and Hot Toys, they rented out a room, right, and they've been having these little 1 night, 2 night flings, and it's been good, right? They, it's not like Sideshow has to gnaw their arm off in the morning. They've been really happy, and they're clearly working out a strategy that is knocking out multiple birds with one stone. I'm talking multiple birds with one stone here. Like multiple. We're talking like the books are being balanced, customers are happy. It's also warranted. It's also like a scarecrow for the crows being the Hong Kong resellers.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it seems to be clearly working. The only people that aren't happy are the collectors that weren't expecting to get multiple notifications for the week, because it's easy. Look, I was there. I've confessed it to everybody. In the early days, I played the hit game where I would have certain packages sent to work where I can, I'd hide it here, I put it on a credit card. I don't have to do that anymore, But I get it. When you're an amateur Hot Toys collector, it's easy to hide $250 on, the family credit card or the debit card, whatever. But it gets difficult when 2 Sideshow notifications show up, and now it turns into a $575 charge. Ooh, now the heat starts to get on. On top of that, everybody in collector land is running around like their heads on fire because now they think more drops are going to happen. Well, wait a minute, another drop could happen next week. I just got the sideshow notification for the Death Watch. Oh, and the armor. You mean so and so is going to drop next week? What happens now? Tap out. That's when you start to get to tap outs.
Then, Obi, do you think this has been influenced as well? Not just the sideshow emails, because we know what their problems had with Hong Kong resellers, right? So at first glance, we were just like, maybe the notifications are, they kind of flex their muscles with sideshow, maybe with Hot Toys, maybe that, hey, certain figures, because not all of them get the notification that kind of like, all right, let's test the market. Let's air freight some of these and let's see how the response is.
Yeah.
But like what you're saying, even if you are an impatient guy, in sideshow maybe doesn't need to get everything day one the same way, because like you said, even if you're not even if you're just waiting domestically, you're gonna tap out if 3 figures come out at the same time. Much more so if you import everything from Hong Kong and 3 things comes out. So now you're gonna pay almost $1,000 for 3 figures, even if you're the most avid Hong Kong buyer. So that would deem difficult for you as well. So do you think that's kind of like, do you think sideshow kind of like did that?
To flexing their muscles? Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like, hey, you know what? Release this all 3 almost at the same time. Let's see this buyer.
If there's one thing we've all learned is that in this new 2021 timeline is that these companies are not being managed the same way. They're not doing things the same way. Things have evolved. Some could say for the worse, some could say for the better. But we're seeing things from both sides being managed very differently. And I've said this before with Cyborg. I think Cyborg was released as an apology. I honestly really do. I think they don't. I feel Hot Toys does not expect to make a lot of money with Cyborg from the Justice League, but I think it hits a lot of birds with one stone. It instills trust. It instills consumer confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It helps build the brand for that specific line. It helps shut the non-believers on this side from Hot Toys collectors. It does a lot. So things are very, very, very different from both fronts. Sideshow is being managed very differently. I think they're trying to make this virtual con a thing. I think they're trying to, and I don't think it'll succeed, but I mean, I'll give them credit. They are trying. But the whole thing with the Hong Kong resellers, like the day one pre-orders, people need to stop that shit out. That's the easiest way to get tapped out. You don't need a figure day one paying $500. It just, I'm telling you, I've lost contact with a lot of Hot Toy collectors being phased out because they couldn't wait, or they had to be the first one. It does not matter. It really does not. And they're gonna feel the pain, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if they're pulling these shenanigans like this early in October, oh, you can expect to see some of this happening on Christmas or December, the first week or second week of December. You're gonna get a lot more early drops in December. That's scary. Can you imagine you shopping for the wife and the kids, and it's Christmas week? You start to get some of those sideshow notifications that, hey, we're going to charge your card. I'm like, you can't charge my card. I just put the kids' PlayStation 5 on there. What are you talking about?
Right.
So, or little Susie's little, I don't know, ballerina dress. I don't think it's based on that. Her dress was $400. Yeah,
Little Susie's PS5. Yeah.
Little Susie's. Yeah, or you don't know. Yeah, because we all like to spend during the holiday. We all know how important the holidays is.
That's why I like to. I think what Optical and I usually say, at least for myself, like Hong Kong purchasing, there's a time and a place for it. Like if their figure is basically retail, like or $20 more, and you're going to pay that for that figure anyway, I'm of the belief if you want to do that and you want to get it early, go for it. But if like Captain Rex, for example, that figure is $250 right now in Toys Wonderland, he's $500. Don't do that. Just like, you can wait. But if the figure, say, was on Toys Wonderland shipped for like $275, you're paying $25 more, you're getting it 3 months earlier, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
factor in the tax here.
like just be
in America
thoughtful.
too,
Like,
so.
but if you're paying 400, 500, like get from Alter Ego, Pop Culture, or Sideshow if you want. If you're in the US, and everyone knows their own budget, but like Denobi said, like you're gonna get tapped out. You're gonna get tapped out if you try to do that stuff.
And like we don't know, but one thing we do know is like we know Sideshow hates resellers, regardless who you are,
Yeah,
right?
they don't like
They
them.
don't, right? We don't
Yeah.
like, and it's just fun to speculate. I don't know how much they hate them or how much power they have over Hot Toys, but isn't this not smart for Hot Toys to do what they just did, which is release and not it's not like spread out where this is Marvel, this is Star Wars, that you have two different audiences, like almost all Star Wars consecutively, like in the span of a week or two, knowing that this would happen regardless if you ordered it from Sideshow or Hong Kong. Because like I said, even if you're a Hong Kong buyer, it would hurt you by, let's say, Rex, what's that, Watchmando,
Oh, Death Watch.
and
Yeah, Death Watch.
Ahsoka's gonna come out, from what we heard.
Boba.
Boba,
Two-pack.
two
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah.
That would hurt you regardless if you buy from Hong Kong or Sideshow. Regardless, much more so if you're Hong Kong. What is what? Why is that?
It's
Maybe Nobody's right. Maybe they're just changing something. I don't know.
it's a circle. It's a circle of life, and I think that's really what the Hong Kong resellers don't want you to know is that if let's say little Tommy here has 10 pre-orders through Sideshow, and little Tommy decides to pay $500 for for the clone trooper from a Hong Kong reseller, he'll then, and he already had that on pre-order through Sideshow, he'll be then tempted to cancel, most likely cancel it. And what happens is that it creates dead stock, and then it affects the working relationship between Sideshow and Hot Toys. So then what happens is that, well, hell, Hot Toys, if you can't control your distribution on this side, then we're going to buy less on our side. So it works as a circle, because remember, we all know that Sideshow typically will buy a little bit more, extra back stock, right? Pre-orders, and they'll usually buy it a little bit more for pre-stock. And so that's considered a purchase order that then gets fulfilled by Hot Toys. But Hot Toys, if you can't control your shenanigans over in Hong Kong, our purchase orders over here on this side are going to be a little bit smaller, because we're getting sick and tired of getting all this dead stock here, because they're going to resellers. So you see how it affects everybody, and it's, I always laugh when people say, "Oh, Sideshow, F Sideshow." I go, "You guys are all idiots. You guys have no idea how the system works." You guys, it hurts. My strategy from the very beginning was, and I said this as a joke, but I was very serious, is that when the Star Wars market collapsed, and my prediction is what is the Star Wars Hot Toys market collapse? What that means, what I am predicting is that if everybody starts to tap out, if they get overwhelmed by all the Star Wars stuff, then they buy less and they pre-order less, which then sends a signal to Hot Toys, sends it to Hot Toys and tells them, these cats out in the U.S., they're unreliable. They're not sticking to their end of the deal. Let's go look at other dead properties like Predator and Aliens or something like that, or Back to the Future, because they're not keeping their end of the bargain by committing to these pre-orders that they're not canceling. That's an IP collapse. That's meaning, so all these kids out there like, oh, give us Bespin Han, give us Bespin did. I go, you idiots can't even keep up with just regular Lando. What makes you think they're gonna? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I would consider. And so when that market collapsed, then me, who I didn't pre-order any of it, then I can swoop in and cash in on the coupons and free shipping and shit.
That's me and Will, what we're talking about, like the loyalty for one brand or one company.
This should never be.
I bought from Toys Wonderland recently. I've never bought from them before because we got a good deal.
Right
now, regardless, this is just a suggestion. You can put your moral ground wherever you want to put it. Sideshow is evil, but if you get a deal like Spectacular, and they don't care about us, we don't even exist to them. Same as any retailer that unless you have like a close relationship with them. But I would say vote with your wallet. Whoever's going to give you the best deal, whether it's from Hong Kong, whether it's dead stock, like the dead stock that we're talking about, potentially this Smart Hulk rescue, we're seeing it now. Other things that it's kind of, like you said, doing this chain effect all over that.
Yeah, I mean, if Tim Cent's going to give you the best deal, then buy from Tim Cent. If you're going to get the best deal from Alter Ego, or you're going to get the best deal from Sideshow or Big Bad or Pop Culture Zone or Comic Concepts or whatever, then do that. That's why I like Denobi, and like we've talked about Alter Ego. I go to them a lot. I go to Comic Concepts a lot. Pop Culture Zone, they have like 10% off every pre-order figure. So you can get Hot Toys for like 30, $40 off, and the shipping's like $10. So you can get good deals if you're willing to wait. Like I said, with Hong Kong sellers, I have no problem with them. I don't love everything Sideshow does. Like Sideshow does some stuff business-wise that I'm not in love with, right? But at the same time, like I don't hate Sideshow. Like I'm willing to criticize them like I'm willing to criticize Toys Wonderland or Toys Buying Age or anyone who does anything that I don't like, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's a matter of, we do have to understand that not every company, they're not in it to be altruistic. They're in it to make money. So I feel like that's the key right there. Like that's why I don't feel like loyalty should be a thing in terms of loyalty to a company. They're not loyal to you, really. So their loyalty is to making money, right? And they're going to provide you good customer service in the pursuit of making money. But at the same time, like I'm going to go where the best deal is, where I know I'm going to get good customer service. Like Comic Concepts or Alter Ego, Pop Culture Zone, Sideshow. Sideshow customer service is really good. I can't deny that. Like they take care of you. So like I said, I don't love every business move they make, but if you buy from Hong Kong, you got to know customer service can be good, but it's a lot more challenging. You got to ship that thing back to Hong Kong. You got to like it. It's not as easy. So you better hope everything arrives okay, because it's not like it is buying from a US retailer if you're in the States. So, I mean, yeah. And there's just like buying from Hong Kong, it makes sense if the price is right. Like if it's pretty much retail or just a little over and you want to pay a little bit more, that's fine. But if you start paying double retail or 1.5 retail, that's where you're getting into dangerous territory, I feel like. So,
because I know Denobi purchased not recently, but you got Rocket from Tim Cent, right? And Spider, yeah, you purchased. Is it Rocket or Spider-Man? The Spider-Man with with no base, the tech suit, not tech suit.
Oh, the Night Monkey.
The Night Monkey.
No, I got Rocket and Night Monkey below retail with free shipping from KG Hobby.
Oh, KG Hobby.
KG Hobby. KG Hobby.
Yeah.
What's KG Hobby at? China? Or?
They're in Hong Kong.
Oh, they're Hong Kong. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So whenever it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
like,
when it makes sense.
Whenever it makes sense.
Yeah, and I didn't, and it was crazy because I never had like the Spider-Man Night Monkey on pre-order. I didn't have any interest for him, but my God, it was like $168. It was crazy.
I'm pissed I paid retail for that figure.
I was like, oh, and I was bored. I was probably in the toilet. I'm like, whatever,
Close your eyes and add the card.
Yeah. And then Rocket was really cheap too. But it's them, and then there's another one, Line Rocks Toys. I've never seen any. The only thing I've ever purchased from Toys Wonderland was the Tony Stark light boxes. They were the only ones that had it.
Ooh,
on my list, yeah, there was the only. But typically, I can find anything else I want through KG Hobby, GN Toy, Line Rock, and then Sideshow. But I don't understand why does the community not like Sideshow? What have they done? I never understood that.
I think it was mostly the Toys Wonderland thing.
Because they're attacking another retailer. So what concern would it be to them? Oh, because their pre-orders were sitting with them? Is that what it was? I never understood that, why they had a vested interest and dislike in a retailer. I have a genuine reason for not really liking Sideshow. They charge sales tax. I make that very clear.
That's a consumer concern right there.
That's it. That's my. I'm like, what do you hate? If you want me to hate Sideshows because they charge sales tax, that's about it.
I think it was
never had any. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Denobi because, from my understanding, what Toys Wonderland does is within the bounds, legality-wise, of the law. So, they're a reseller. They're not a retailer. So Sideshow went after them, and supposedly, from what people said, like I said, I don't know if this is fact, that Sideshow pretty much took their website down. So, and basically have been attacking them ever since. So they're really going after them in a way that seems to be out of bounds ethically and legally. So I think that's what people have rejected.
And
so
there's many instances too, Will. Like
I would probably agree with you ethically. Legally, no. I would probably disagree with you on the legally. I think actually Sideshow's been doing everything legally on their part. Ethically, Probably, if you really want to split hair. I mean, like, oh, they're picking on the little guy. I mean, if that's what you're referring to ethically, okay, I kind of,
Yeah,
but
not so much the little guy, but it's just
yeah,
more so
but
them being a reseller, not, which
yeah,
is legal. So, they can do, supposedly from what I understand about the law is what they do, what Toys Wonderland does is legal. So,
those are the things that is kind of gray. We talked about it, Will. It's like,
right.
it's hard to prove, like
it's very gray. Yeah, I guess it's a it's a Jedi point of view on that one, isn't it?
yeah. This is a Qui-Gon
The
position.
same
Right here.
goes with Sideshow. What they do,
Yeah.
have them stopped, is
Right.
very gray. That because obviously, if it's super wrong, they would have been sued by now and taking their license. That's where the morality comes in. Was like, dude, stop it. Kind of like, dude, you're big
Yeah.
enough. This is where it becomes gray. But Sideshow does things, I guess, that irks some collectors. That like they're banning people if they say a certain thing on their stream.
So it's people that would probably get annoyed that probably don't buy from Sideshows. What I would, and I'm not defending. Me, I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Right.
I don't have much love for Sideshow other than they charge sales tax. So majority of my pre-orders are through Alter Ego.
Right.
But I never understood that because I go, why would you get mad at them? You're not buying anything because you decided to have all your pre-orders sit in an offshore account on the other side of the world through an unlicensed distributor, right? Because the distribution requires a license, right?
And,
Trying to play devil's advocate.
And this is where, like we were talking about earlier, like the loyalty comes in, because I'm not loyal to any. I work with Big Bad Toy Store, but I'll buy from wherever it's cheap. I
like Big Bad Toy Store too. Yeah, I like them
Big Bad
Yeah,
Toy
they're
Store,
good.
Sideshow, wherever it's cheap. Because recently well, not exactly me. Will got blasted for looking for something cheap, and
yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Emmanuel as well. Because if you don't know, no, we kind of exploited. That's a harsh word, I guess. The shipping, because Toys Wonderland has this thing where there's a shipping glitch. Because Toys Wonderland, if you log into their website, their prices are low. Then they get it, right? Like they will rescue for $298, and the shipping would be $140. So at the end of the day, I'm just throwing $140 in there, maybe more like $80 or $90. So at the end of the day, you'll end up paying $390. Whether the shipping is right or wrong, I don't know. But all I care about is how much I pay at the end.
Right.
So the shipping is the killer. We all agree on that. But there was an instance where the shipping is $7 instead of $90. So the rescue, and Emmanuel here is saying that the rescue that was supposed to be $298 and becomes $390 became $307. So we took the liberty to buy
purchase a few things
that are high ticketed. That, let's just say, I got quarter scale Spider-Man for $370 shipped. And then
I got a Loki helmet, so
it was Will, because he bought a Loki helmet, got crucified because
by like 3 people, to be fair.
By 3 people.
Like everyone else seemed fine with it, but a couple people said I was smug. So I was like,
or taking advantage of the situation. But my point is, I would do that if that happened to Big Bad Toy Store.
Right. Yeah. It didn't matter who the company was.
Well, man,
of course not. Yeah.
Like I just checked out. The price was the price. I just bought it. Like that was it. So I feel like I said that I think that's where the discrepancy comes in. Loyalty to a company. I think the people that called me that, they said that they're loyal to Toys Wonderland. They love Toys Wonderland. I'm like, that's the problem. Like you're loyal to a company who has no loyalty to you. Like I'm not actively trying to rip them the fuck off, but I'm just like, I'm trying, like if I can get a good price on this item, then I'm going to do that. If it's listed for that, this has been an ongoing issue on their site for supposedly weeks, but at minimum days. Like we knew about this for 3 to 4 days. And like they had done nothing about it. So we just like, how long are we supposed to wait so we can, retain our moral superiority to check out? You know what I mean? Like how long are we supposed to wait for that?
Well, and then the fact too that their website phases in and out of reality. Sometimes it's around for several days and it's gone, and so, and it's happened more than once. People tell me so.
In fairness,
and I'm fine with what they do, but
in fairness, we're completely aware of what we're doing. Like when we saw that, we were like, "This can't be right, man. The shipping is $7."
But you were still able to get the item shipped though, even with that price.
He honored them.
They honored it, so I give them props.
Okay,
they honored it.
Yeah, he honored. That was very good of him to do. Yeah.
So, but we became a menace apparently, and it's a weird thing, because I would do that to anyone. Like again, even if it's Alter Ego, I'll do it to Alter Ego. And you can cancel my order.
Yeah, if you cancel the order, it's fine.
You can cancel the order. I'll be like, hey, I made a mistake. Cool. But as you know, Denobi, we're in a community where if you say bad things about something, you are a hater, or you don't appreciate this. So I mean, Emmanuel was here, Lynch I think was here too, because we did that live when we were doing live streaming. We were just like, dude, look at their website. So I guess we didn't contribute well enough. We contributed to the community that they save on shipping.
They got some sales, so
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
sales. But
Yeah. I used to have majority of my pre-orders through Big Bad, but they charge sales tax.
yeah, that's a no-no for U.S. collectors.
Yeah. So far, right now, Ultra Ego has the win until something happens. But it's so majority of their figures are free shipping. Every now they have a selection where some figures they do charge shipping, but for the most part, the ones that I want, it is still free shipping and no tax. And for me, that's a huge win. And I use Sideshow now for maybe their Sideshow exclusives, right?
Yeah.
Now I did do a day one pre-order for Cyborg through Sideshow because I wanted to vote and I wanted to let them know, hey, look, I really appreciate this thank you gesture, and that made me happy. The whole Cyborg thing made me really happy. And I gloated that most people sold out their Justice League and I still had mine. So
it worked out. I did Cyborg day one too, because that exclusive head sculpt, you have to get that.
You have to get
through
it.
Sideshow.
And it's very rare that I order from Sideshow now. I think I only have that
me too. It's pretty rare.
and the Endgame Tony Stark because I wanted the shield. Plus, I pre-ordered that in 2019.
Right, it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, and there's no sales tax back then, so I might as well keep it. Because back then, if you pre-order before that,
exactly, your grandfathered in, right?
Yes,
grandfathered. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna keep this shield, and I'll pay whatever it is.
Isn't that sad? I still have a few Sideshow pre-orders from 2019.
2019,
yeah,
2019.
But like you were saying, Denobi, like that figure could drop at any time. I mean, like people's wallets are really gonna hurt, and you get $500 almost there. I mean, that figure could drop tomorrow. I mean, and then you got Boba Deluxe, you got Iron Man, Mark 40, 85 battle damage. You got, if you got Death Watch, you got Rex, like you got like Lando. I mean, you could be shit out of luck. You could be tapping out real fast.
You can be tapping out real fast. Yes. Yeah, I expect that battle damage Mark 85 to ship to U.S. collectors before the new year. I'm pretty sure they want to put that one on the books. That feels like it would be one meant for the books for both parties, Hot Toys and Sideshow. So yeah, I expect that one. I expect the Captain America 2012 Endgame.
Yeah, right.
I expect that to ship this year. Loki. There's a lot of my God. There's a garbage load of Endgame stuff, isn't there? Jesus.
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Oh
man.
Man, there's a lot. That's just the Endgame line from 2019. That's insane. And then we have the Star Wars stuff that they're going to push. You know what would be funny? The optical, if they push that Blurg set out, just as I can see them doing that as like
just to mess with you.
Yeah, just to mess with the collector who decided to day one pre-order Mando on the Blurg, because I think that was the first set, so that'd be the first one to come out was the Mando on the Blurg. So just as punishment, we got the we got the Funko Pop Blurg out with the Mando.
So you want the OG Mando, huh? Here you go, $500.
Yeah, here's $600. Here's the bill.
Wouldn't that be? Oh my God! Oh man! And then it's.
Well, I mean, they just dropped like 4 figures in the matter of like 2 days. So I mean, yeah.
And we heard that there's gonna be more.
Right? Pennywise could drop at any time.
Yeah.
Like,
Pennywise! That's a 2019. I have that one in 2019 pre-order.
I wish I pre-ordered.
It's funny. Everyone says that no one wants him. I see a lot of comments about him, so I think a lot of people actually want him. Yeah.
I know Denobi. Yeah, I know Nate asked you. That's your most anticipated figure of the if it comes out this year, right?
Yes. Yeah. I get bored really easy, so I look for unique figures now. And Pennywise seems so different. And like if it's an Iron Man figure, I know what to expect. I've unboxed and I know what to expect with an Iron Man.
Right.
So it's hard to really, blow my mind with an Iron Man figure, but it's the unique ones. Alita was a unique one.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Yep.
Yeah. The Alita figure. Yeah, that was so things like those one-offs that are very different with the mechanics, the eyes that roll. I find that more intriguing than your standard issue, like your Black Widow, like
Yeah.
another Black Widow in an attractive costume, which looks great. It's attractive, it's pretty, but it doesn't give me that wow factor anymore as a collector. But Pennywise would definitely. I find that very different because it's a horror figure. It's the sculpt, everything. So I would definitely look forward to that. Other than that, for the year, I think that's the only one. That's the only one I'm looking.
Last one. Not even just coming out, even pre-orders. I don't think outside of the Marty, that's not out of the norm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, come in. Let's be honest. The Death Watch Mandalorian isn't going to wow anybody. It's a Pokemon character. You got to catch them all. You got to add them onto your roster. Get in line, right?
Yeah.
Get in line, right? Get in line. Get in line. I bought you. Stand your ass over there. Go over there. And there's nothing wow with the Death Watch. The armor is pretty cool. She's unique. The problem was that most people were expecting her back in August or September. They weren't expecting her to get tagged along with all the other invoices that are shipping in October. So the armor is that extra nail in the coffin. While everybody's getting the nails in the coffin, it's like, oh, we forgot about the armor that you guys pre-ordered back in August. We're gonna tag her along.
Are you? Denobi, you're not getting Endgame Loki?
No, I'm fine with my original. I have the original one.
Yeah, I have the original too, but I'm a huge Loki fan, so I'm getting both. I gotta get the new one.
If he goes in the bargain bin, which I suspect he may, then maybe if I'm bored one day. But he's not. If I'm bored one day, but he's not. I don't have him pre-ordered. I don't have my eye set on him. I have in my war room. I have strategic, pin drops on certain characters. Loki's definitely not one of them. But
gotcha.
It's never say never. I have the original 2012 one, and I'm fine with him. He's okay. There was nothing. The Captain America 2012 one looks like it's a big improvement from the original one.
Yeah.
So I'm more curious about that one. That seems like they made some major improvements on that one.
I think Loki they did too. The outfit's a lot slimmer. The head sculpt is better. Like the better paint details and apps. So like for me as a huge Loki fan, it was absolutely I mean,
Denobi, how much would that Loki on KG Hobby? Let's say there's a special at KG Hobby. Would you pick that up for?
What does he retail for in the US?
I think it's like 260.
What would you consider bargain for Loki? That you'll be like, I gotta get this.
If KG does free shipping or like 210, 214.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair.
I might be 206 or something like that. Yeah, that'll get me to push over.
Yeah, because I don't think he'll reach Spider-Man level, but 220, 220.
220, if he knocks off $30-$40 and he offers free shipping, that'll get me over.
That'll get your attention.
Because it's not a high mandatory figure. And the problem is that when he drops, he's not going to be a must-have figure in this already saturated market. So you have to you got to put your mind frame in this already saturated market. Remember, the armor's coming in, the Death Watch, which the short trooper. We have two short troopers this year.
We had a leader and a grunt. Yeah.
So, and the grunt, was that the one? It was which one was it got shipped? Or the leader.
It's the squad leader. Yeah, squad leader just got shipped.
So we are still anticipating that grunt to show up sometime between now and December 31st. I would assume that.
Yeah. Right.
Because I don't have my chart in front of me, but I want to say those two were set around the same time zone. Mm-hmm. And there's no head sculpt. It's just a painted body with some armor. So if anybody decided to pre-order both of them at the same time, that's a double whammy. That's what, $500, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like 250 a pop. Yeah.
Yeah, plus shipping and tax. Yeah. So $500 on just the short troopers alone. See how much you love Rogue One now when you
that'll be insane.
Right. There's quite a and then Ahsoka. Oh, that's my tap out excuse. Ahsoka, the animated one, that's gonna be my tap. That's gonna be my tap out excuse prediction. Watch all these little cats out there. Oh, I passed on her so I can get the Rosario Dawson one. Yeah, that's gonna be that one's gonna sit in the bargain bin. You watch. Mm-hmm.
You think so? Yeah.
They're gonna make a gajillion of her because everybody. Remember when she got first announced? Everybody on every YouTube channel wouldn't stop freaking talking about it for 2-3 weeks. Remember that shit?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Not that we don't know that Rosario Dawson is going to come out. Like everyone knew it was going to come out at some point.
Right, we knew we were going to get that one too.
You guys knew, and then when they announced the Rosario Dawson, everybody started clutching their pearls in surprise. Oh, come on now! You knew you were going to get a Rosario.
Right.
Kind of like this Mando. We knew that the Beskar Mando with a head sculpt was going to come out. We didn't know it was going to come out this soon.
No, not like 2 weeks later after it started shipping.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that coming either.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Right.
That was a shocker. Yeah, that was a ball buster there. That was like, ooh, I felt
That
that
was the
one.
ultimate ball
And I didn't
buster.
even have any of them pre-order. Yeah, I'm like, oh, sorry guys.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was the ultimate
that
ball
was-
buster. But yeah, I had that Ahsoka on pre-order originally, but I canceled it. But I got my deposit back because when Mando Ahsoka was announced, I was like, I went through my Excel doc and I was like, I got to trim some fat here. It's Clone Wars Ahsoka. She's getting trimmed because Ahsoka from Mando will more than suffice.
Mhm.
You don't need both unless you really love
So,
Clone Wars.
oh, cool. Oh, cool. Well, so I can use you as a control subject. So you actually had the animated Clone Wars Ahsoka on pre-order.
Yes, and I canceled it. Yeah.
Okay. See, there you go. I didn't
you
even know
did.
Will did that. And I was running the simulations in the holodeck up there. You see?
You
I'm
have a
telling you.
real world example now.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. When I enter the holodeck, I take the safeties off. I'm like, I gotta see how this community is gonna swing. I gotta see how it's gonna turn. Yeah, because I knew that. I'm like, I go. These guys they're all gonna punk out on the animated Ahsoka for the excuse, because the problem is that Ahsoka is probably gonna come in double teamed with another release. That's what's gonna. I'm telling you, that's to save on air freight. If they're going with the air freight route, all right, what other figure can we add on to the shipping on here? Because that was kind of odd, though. A double whammy like that.
Yeah, and there's another one to know be in the chat. Simon said, I'm guilty of canceling my Clone Wars Ahsoka for the Mando version. So
I see.
Yeah.
I
did it
that.
a while back though, even before, like it was not long after the pre-order dropped.
Okay.
I think, like like it was.
Okay, I'm guilty of. Oh, I'm reading Simon Daddy. I'm reading the comments on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's just it's human. It's human nature with a sprinkle of a fear factor. If you did anticipate these drops, nobody was expecting a double of the Shore Trooper with the Death Watch, and
Right.
and then what is stressful too is that the armor should have friggin' shipped in late August. I think was when the pre-orders were on Sideshow.
Yeah.
They took too long, and then they tagged her along with everything else. So, as collectors, we're very short-sighted. We only see things within a 48 or 3-day. So when you see those charges coming in, you're like,
Oh no,
she's gonna kill me.
Right.
it's intense. It's intense. I can't wait. What's gonna happen next? We had Justin yesterday in his in Will's, and he said, like, a few things are gonna come out. Some of them Marvel, some of them Star Wars, and
Right.
I think it's gonna be a fun-filled next few months.
I mean, and like I said, Pennywise could drop any day. Iron Man could drop any day. Like, plus the stuff we already know about. I mean, Miles Morales, Spider-Verse could drop any day. Like, there's so much stuff. Hot Toys seems to be pumping some shit out right now. So,
Yeah, they are.
Like, they're catching up for some missed time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly a good strategy, but
because no one's gonna be able to afford anything.
it's a strategy that they chose to do. But yeah, I'm glad I don't. There's people who got triggered happy in this past few months. It's just like, oh, cool, pre-order.
That's why I like paying things off ahead of time.
I didn't pre-order. I did not pre-order Ahsoka. I did not pre-order any of the Shore Troopers. In my chart, I put a symbol on there that I'm going to get. It doesn't mean I didn't pre-order that.
Yeah.
The armor I bought back in August at retail through KG Hobby. KG Hobby actually had them on the website.
Wow.
So I ended up getting it through KG Hobby. I think even with the shipping, it was like $15, $20 more than Sideshow. It was like $267 total or something like that. KG Hobby had it. So I ended up picking it up through them. Death Watch is on pre-order through Ultra Ego. But a lot of this other stuff, I don't have a lot of like Will mentioned earlier when I was listening, right when I was coming into the room. When you build an Excel sheet, it instills fear into your heart when you see it.
When you see those numbers.
Yeah. And my Excel sheet, has it's formulated.
Me too.
So when I add the total, you're like, ooh.
That's why I don't want to click enter. I put the formula in, and I don't want to click enter to see the final number. I don't want to. And then I click it, and it's like shit.
Yeah, and I talked about that really early in the year, that when I created my own personal pre-order spreadsheet and then I created the Star Wars spreadsheet, I go, this isn't going to work. I go, just watching everybody's streams, watching Geeking Out, watching Dante, watching 1-6 Cantina, and everybody's like, pre-order, they weren't. And I'm looking at my charts. I go, this doesn't make sense. This is not. How can everybody hit day one pre-order? I go, if you hit day one pre-order, you're looking at close to 10 grand at the time, because at the time we had 50 plus friggin' Star Wars, just Star Wars alone. It was crazy. It was like, at the time, it was like 48 unreleased Hot Toys Star Wars, not adding the Endgame or DC or anything else like that. It was just Star Wars. I need to go back in and subtract though, but we're still above 35. I'm pretty sure we're still above 35 unreleased Star Wars Hot Toys. So it's easy on the eye to just throw away $25, like 10%, and it's coming out next year. I'll worry about it. Wave the hand, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but when it comes time to bat, what are you going to do?
Carnage, all fun and games. You pre-ordered $500 until they release it on January, and then you're like, this is not supposed to be 2023.
That's what I like Optical, because we talked about Alter Ego. One thing you can do anywhere you pay with PayPal, Alter Ego, if you pay with a credit card, they only charge you $1 and then you pay off the rest later. But if you pay with PayPal, they charge you the full thing up front. But what I love is, like Carnage, for example, you can do PayPal in 4. That's really great. There's no interest on that. So I can pay off the whole figure over the course of 8 weeks, like from the day of pre-ordering. So by the time it ships, that figure is well paid off. Like I'm paying like $100 every 2 weeks, and it's paid off now compared to 2 years when it comes out. So like that's what when I buy from Alter Ego, any place with PayPal, I pay off pay in 4 and just pay it all right then if I can. Because I'm not trying to get hit with $1 charge now and then $500 later. Like I'd rather just handle it now. So that's I think how you stay in front of it.
Clever. That's a good advice. I use that advice all the time. Yep, I use that.
That's how you stay in front of it.
I use that PayPal credit maneuver all the time. Interest free. I love it. Interest free. That's how I do it.
Payment every 2 weeks, 4 payments. Yep, 4 payments every 2 weeks.
I use that. It's Klarna or something, right?
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do when J&D Joker drops, because that thing's gonna be like $2,400. So I'm gonna need to pay it off in 4 payments instead of at one time. So yeah.
What I do too is like on Big Bad, like for certain items that I'm not sure about, I'll put it on my pile of loot. Let's say, for example, what's her name? I wasn't so sure about her. Nebula. I was like, I kind of want it, but now she's sold out, right? So I put it on my pile of loot, because the pile of loot, you can sit there for 90 days and you can cancel it anytime. So you cancel it, you get your money back. So I was just like, I'm gonna have her sit here, see if I really want her. If I don't, if the thing dies down, then I'll just cancel it. I'll get my store credit, whatever.
That's why Big Bad is great, because you can get your NRD. There's no NRD, so
you put them your pile of loot, like this Venom. That's why I haven't ordered it yet, because I was just like, I'm in debate. I was like, all right, is this Venom's gonna be good or it's a big Marvel Legends, right? So if I get Venom, I'm most likely gonna get Carnage. Do I really want to spend $1,000? I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to, but I'm not sure. So I'm waiting for Big Bad. Get him.
Yeah.
Let him marinate, and then in 3 months, if I don't really like it, just drop it. And, just like
I thought Big Bad was collecting non-refundable deposits.
Now they do, but
now they do.
Now certain figures they don't. But what you could do is, like, if you're not sure about something, this is if you're kind of like iffy about something, right? If you want it, don't get there, But if you're iffy on something that you don't know if you're gonna sell it 2 months later, get it on Big Bad, put it on your pile of loot. They won't ship it to you, even though it got released. It'll sit on the pile of loot for 90 days. After 90 days, you got to decide either you're going to keep it or cancel the order, and you're all set. So you don't even have to sell.
So I thought maybe I was misinterpreting that. So would you get your NRD back then if you did that?
You won't, but it converts to a store credit. So it's up to you.
So you basically get it.
You basically
back,
get the money back.
Okay.
So
that's not bad.
You don't get the money back, but at least you don't have, because there's purchases that is a mistake, like your Mark 47 will.
Yeah. Well, I sold it luckily for what I paid for it, because I paid like ridiculous, like $250 for it. Like it was like something really crazy. Good, so then I sold it for like $275 and still made out even. So
yeah, I did a bunch of those, like Qui-Gon, and not that it's Qui-Gon is a mistake, but kind of like I was iffy about it. It was like, oh man,
yeah, I bought Hawkeye Deluxe Endgame and sold it. So stuff like that you don't need.
This is gonna be a grail,
right?
And even though as long as I've been collecting, you're gonna be like, maybe they're right. Maybe this would be a grail. And look at Qui-Gon. I mean, he's not under MSRP. He's over, but barely.
Yeah.
You're not really after taxes and all that stuff. With eBay, you're pretty much gonna break even. So I mean,
I'm
everything's
surprised
a
he's
trail
not hotter.
I
But
know, but
because Star Wars is super hot right now.
like
So
this Lando.
His head sculpt was always. I even passed on Qui-Gon. His head sculpt was very controversial, and everybody was like squinting their eyes, pretending he looked good. I'm like, he doesn't look good, guys. Shut the fuck up. He looks good. He looks good, and you saw everybody squinting their eyes. I'm like, no, that doesn't. No, it's Qui-Gon. You're getting him because it's Qui-Gon, but that's not Liam Neeson. Get the hell out of here.
yeah. I
Everybody
liked it
made
overall.
excuses.
It's not great. It's like an 8 sculpt to me.
Everybody
it's
made
not top 10. It's
when
not
you're
top
making
tier, but it's good.
excuses,
I like it.
Yeah, when you're making excuses, people don't forget stuff like that.
Right.
It's not good, but maybe that's why it hasn't gone up in price. I don't know if Lando's we haven't talked about that. Lando's here. He just arrived.
Yeah.
But it's funny that Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan sculpt was not very good either, and that one skyrocketed a little bit. So I don't know why that happened, but
Obi-Wan from Hope
Deluxe, yeah.
from Episode 3. The Ewan McGregor one. That one went up in price pretty significantly.
No, that was Ewan McGregor there. That was him.
Right.
That was him. Yeah, that was him. That's
with the lip. Something's wrong with the lip and the hair. Like it's just
Oh, but you're missing the whole picture, though, Will. It was the whole set and the whole prop and the hologram,
right? With the baby Luke
and the little baby. Yeah, it was one of those. Even I got that one. That was good. That was a good one.
See, I sold mine because I knew I could cash in, and I knew they're going to make one for the show, so I'll just wait for that one. I'll get the one from the show.
Yeah, they'll make one for the show. Yeah.
Would you get a 1/6 baby though?
No, I didn't. I bought the regular version because I got it from Alter Ego, like free shipping for and I had a coupon. I got it for like $200 or something. So
Did you cash in on that? Didn't you sell it for?
I sold it for like $400. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, and because I knew the show one is gonna be sick. He's gonna have a full beard, longer hair. I think he's gonna have a cool look, and I'm excited for the show.
That Qui-Gon kind of falls into the Qui-Gon. I mean that in the Qui-Gon category. It looks good. I don't know if it's a 9 or an 8.
What, the Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan.
I think it's pretty much in that category.
8.5 maybe.
But Qui-Gon I kept just because I like that sculpt a little bit more. But Denobi's right; it's definitely not perfect. I think it's like an 8. I think it's good. It's good, but it's not Yondu or.
I kept it because I got Darth Maul, so it's just like.
It's good fit. It still looks good, but I still like it. So that Darth Maul is incredible. Anyone who passed on that one, that
ridiculous. Didn't go up in price as well. That
one's pretty high now. I mean, it's
16. I think it's like $300, $350 maybe.
Which one? Which Maul?
The
one with the robo legs. Okay.
No, the Phantom Menace one.
He's kind of up in price, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's pretty up there.
Is he?
I think he's pretty popular. He's at least 400. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one. Well, the one with the speeder bike is the deluxe version is. Yeah.
The Solo one kind of sat a little bit around retail. That one's pretty much retail or a little bit above. Yeah, but the Phantom Menace one, that's my favorite. I love the Phantom Menace one. I don't even. I got Solo version and I love it, but that could be one maybe I could see myself selling one day because I don't know if I need both. But I still love it for the time. But Phantom Menace is top tier. I think it looks incredible.
You're gonna when it comes to Star Wars, you're gonna have to restrict yourself to just one character and just to make space, and otherwise you'll exceed the budget, especially with the whole trooper fad that we're going through. Because I want them all. I want every trooper. I really do. I think they all look. Now I'm going through it like a stormtrooper, trooper, anything really bad. I want it all now. So
you're getting both shore troopers?
Yeah, I don't have them on pre-order, but I'm getting them. Yes.
Okay.
Both shore troopers. Yeah. Every trooper, I'm gonna wait, but yes, I'm getting them all. Any type of trooper, I want. I think they look cool now.
Death Watch, did you get that?
Death Watch is on. I do have him on pre-order through Alter Ego, so he should be arriving sometime next week when I get back. But yeah, when it comes to, and then which one is the Commander Stormtrooper, the one with the yellow?
The mustard and whatever.
The mustard trooper.
He's coming. Yeah, he's coming this year too. You know that. Has anybody talked about him? The Commander Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian, the mustard one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's slid under the radar. I feel like not a lot of people have talked about it.
It's slid under the radar though, but I think he'll be definitely one to watch out for. I think he'll ship this year. I think he's definitely one. I think His projected release date was October to December of this year. So I know no one's talking about him because they probably didn't show any interest because there's nothing special about him. But that still may make him somewhat harder to get down the road. So I would probably keep an eye. Remember what I said? Keep an eye on the stuff people aren't talking about. Everybody talks about. So when everybody spends 2 weeks talking about Ahsoka, I don't give a shit about Ahsoka. I care about the characters that no one's paying attention to because those are the ones that I've not pre-ordered yet that I don't want to miss out on. Like, Tusken Raider, the Commander Stormtrooper, those offbeat characters, and there's quite a bit. The problem is that there's quite a bit. Remember, everybody talked about how much they were in love with. I'm going to get in trouble for this. With Rey, like how beautiful Rey is. Oh, I'm in love with Rey. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
How much the Rey was, and I'm like, you're spending too much time on this Rey. What about these other characters back here? These are the ones that you need to be worried about. Yeah,
it's gonna turn blue. It's gonna turn blue.
Yeah, see, I love that Rey because I love the sequels. I have 3 Reys just because I have 3 Reys and 3 Kylers because they're my favorite. So but if that's not the case for you, then 1 is enough. So
I had to get Rey because of the droid because I knew I'd never see that droid ever again. The Do.
Oh, Do. Yep. Right.
You'll never see that droid ever again.
No,
even if they ever release a Rey down the road ever again, I don't know, like a Toy Fair exclusive, like a Dark Rey. You'll never see the Do. Yeah, you'll never see that droid. And I know how the secondary market works with accessories. Certain accessories can go for a lot of money. So that Do droid, I mean, that alone could probably fetch $100 on the secondary market if you ever wanted to purchase it, maybe even more. If it becomes more rare down the road or something. So it's accessories. Same thing too for like I can't stand Captain Marvel, but I know she has that gauntlet. Certain accessories. Yeah, it's crazy. Certain accessories probably I feel carry more value than the actual character itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the stuff I look at.
Star Wars, the Nobi is so hard to predict because you never.
They're pumping out a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because let's say that I'll just use an example that the Tusken Raider isn't that technically Mandalorian?
It is, yeah.
It is, but it's a universal Tusken.
It's universal.
You can use that for any of the IPs from Star Wars.
Right, but Hot Toys, they can change the box and make it episode.
Right, 6. Make it episode 1 or episode 6. Sorry.
Give them money. If they see that going up in price on eBay, perhaps they're so hard to predict. That rate
it is. It is.
Last one,
I don't know if they would ever have the balls to release a Tusken Raider under the prequel banner.
Yeah, right. After they got slaughtered, but
yeah. Or I mean,
Tusken Raider.
The classic trilogy, maybe, but it was clearly the fire of the Mandalorian that gave them enough confidence to. So could the Tusken Raider be released again? Yeah, probably, maybe. I think it's a slim chance. But if this one doesn't sell well, if nobody supports this one, what makes you think they're going to support a Tusken Raider original trilogy? Because they do look at the numbers. So Jango Fett, no one's when is he? Is he next year? Jango's next year, right?
Yeah, I think he's next year. Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be another sleeper. Is that Trooper, the Dark Trooper? I don't think anyone's pre-ordered.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of hype in the beginning, but I think it's really simmered down.
The Dark Trooper, with the robot, right? The robot.
Right. The one that Luke, cuts in half, but. Tusken Raider is a tricky one because I had that on pre-order and it was one of the ones that I had to trim some fat with. So but I might go back to it at some point. It does look really cool.
Yeah,
it does look really cool, and it's fairly priced too. I feel like, but I just don't have an overly strong connection to a Tusken Raider. I don't know. So we'll see. But
he's a tough cut. That's why. Will. I love that I get to use your opinion for my controlled simulations. Because you're telling me exactly what I've run through my head. People don't have that strong connection with the Tusken Raider, which makes them less likely to get pre-order, which makes them then less likely that he'll end up as a chase figure. And you see what?
Right.
You see, so it makes it even harder.
Because Hella, that's what happened.
Hella Yondu, and it was funny. Denobi, like I pre-ordered Tuscan with Alter Ego, suddenly lost $1. So I mean, that's why I love them, because you know the NRD is
Yeah,
$1. So I mean, you know. So again, but yeah, that's that. You can, dude, feel free, use me as example. I'm happy to use it as an example, as a
that's
guinea
pretty
pig.
good. I'm like, oh, because like I said, and it's collectors moving their chess pieces to the more popular characters, and
Right.
then not shining light to less characters. I'm like, and it's those characters in the background that don't have the spotlight. That's my concern, because then I don't want to resort to the secondary market. Look, I want to save money, right? And I'm going to save money by buying Ahsoka, right? The animated version off of KG Hobby or Lion Rocks, probably for $200 with free shipping. I can almost anticipate they're going to make so much of her. I can expect to buy her discounted. I cannot imagine not buying her discounted. I don't need her that fast. I'm almost positive she's going to get discounted. The Boba Fett 2-pack, that's going to be a little bit tricky one, because the signs are pointing that it's a smaller batch, but because it's a smaller batch, it gave one of my theories credibility, where I was predicting that collectors feel more comfortable throwing away $25. It's $25 to throw away, but collectors are less likely not to throw away $50. $50 was the non-refundable deposit, which they were hesitant about pre-ordering it, which then created a smaller batch. So that's how you have to look at it. And I got that by listening to streams. I work from home. I've made it no secret. I listen to everybody's streams in the background while I'm answering hundreds of freaking emails from my customers. So I listened to that, and I listened to Six Scavengers, PJ.
Right.
When PJ has you and his boys on, and you guys get a rampant, a good get on a good topic. I mean, you guys really dish out some really good, interesting opinions, which I then eat up. And one of the things that, you know, throughout the last year I've learned is that collectors, you know, don't blink an eye when it comes to throwing away $25. I'll cancel it. Give it a. But when it comes to $40, $50, we got to think about this now. You know, we got to think about this now. So I have no interest in picking up the 2-pack Boba Fett. Are you getting him, Optical or Will? Are you?
I'm getting him. Yeah, because Pop Culture Zone had him for $450, like shipped, and I got both for $450. So I was really happy with that deal.
Okay.
And I really wanted the weather version anyway, so he was $285 to get him anyway. So $450 for both. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. So you are mentally prepared to receive him this year if push comes to shove.
Yeah, I'm getting him.
Okay.
I'm not canceling him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless the sculpt comes out terrible, which I highly doubt. So it'll be fine.
Okay. I think the only one I'm interested in is the one with I like props. I like sets. It's the one with Jabba's throne.
Oh,
I find
cool.
that
we talked about that earlier.
Yeah. That to me just blows me away. And it's crazy because I'm very fit. Like to me, the chair and the throne associated with Jabba's palace, I find that more fascinating than Boba sitting his fat ass on it. And I love that chair.
His fat ass. It's funny.
I love that.
I like that one a lot. I'm passing on that one. I love the weathered version a lot more. The clean version just doesn't quite do it for me. The throne I just don't really care about. Like I care about the weathered version. I like the robe look too, but that weathered outfit, and honestly, I'll go back to the emotional connection. That scene where he showed up and kicked ass in that weathered outfit, that's what I buy the figure for, to remind me of that.
So what may happen too is that that dirty version of Boba Fett may get parted out. You know, people may
maybe,
because that armor, I'm assuming, is Velcro, very similar to the Mandalorian.
Could be.
Well, I think it's two separate bodies, but you mean like just the Velcro armor? Yeah.
Just being parted out like on eBay or so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be a possibility. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but that could happen. It could. We don't know yet. I only need one Boba right now from that show because we're going to get more versions of him. But I like the set version. I think that's going to be the one that I'm probably going to go for. The 2-pack, I don't. Him in black robes, and no, it just doesn't. No, I'm still mad at him. I am part of that. I am part of that group
Still mad
that
at him.
I'm still mad at him because he should have died in the Starlight Pit. That's the problem. I'm part of that. I'm part of that cult original trilogy who didn't read the books. I'm like, look, this guy died in the Starlight Pit. Bullshit. That he crawled his ass out of the Starlight Pit for 5 years in the desert. He gained a ton of weight, and 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 and
Eating sand.
and yeah, which was
Oh my God.
which is bonkers. And then he decides to retrieve his armor right when the Mando shows up. What were you doing the last 5 years that you can retrieve this armor without it? I don't know. But fan service. We're supposed to look the other way. So
Mhm.
It made for a badass scene anyway. So
it did. It was yeah. I mean, it was entertaining. Even though, I mean, yes, we got to see like the new rockets. I mean, that was pretty cool. We'd always read about his
right.
his gear and stuff, but Boba,
I'm just
you
happy
should
we finally got to see Boba do something because he had long been just the guy who looked cool but didn't really get to do anything, and then you finally got to see him kick some ass, and it was awesome. So
yeah, and the fact that now they're retconning all the expanded universe stuff is pretty bonkers too. So
yeah.
So you got to pick your battles, and then Grogu's going to show up there on the Book of Boba. We're going to get more Grogu. There's just
there's a Grogu with every figure now.
As if we don't have enough, So
Grogu with Carnage probably.
We need a lane on Grogu. So.
Mm-hmm. And then, has anybody been talking about all the Spider-Man love that's gonna hit us pretty soon? That's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna make a lot of figures from that.
They're making a lot of figures on a video game. Can you imagine what they're gonna do on a movie?
Hot Toys is salivating right now, but with No Way Home coming out. They're literally just so excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. If they make an Alfred Molina Doc Ock, oh my god!
Right, people are gonna lose their mind for that.
Oh man, I'll lose my shit. That's crazy. Or Green Goblin.
A Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
This is the best opportunity for them because they already tested out like that Doc Ock is going to sell from a third party.
Third party already sold. Yeah,
it did it with cable. It was like, oh, there's a market for cable. Let us release our own cable. So
and it's amazing. I got that one on pre-order. That cable is awesome.
Cable and Andrew Garfield. Come on now, if you see any,
and you're getting Tobey Maguire. Yeah.
Come on, that's. A Tobey Maguire for me I would probably do a day one pre-order on Sideshow. As much as I don't like their sales, I would probably do a day one just to show the love for Andrew Garfield. Not Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield can wait for Alter Ego.
He's more of a big bad. I still have the Garfield one, the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I would do
because you're about to get a new version. So
yeah, that's
black kid. So
yeah. It's just too much. It's way too much.
Yeah, we can't keep up with everything.
You gotta strap in and rethink your strategy when you're buying things because you gotta anticipate future releases, not just one in front of you. And that's what happened to Ahsoka. You gotta anticipate. Oh, there's gonna be more. It's gonna be more Boba. It's gonna be more Ahsoka. She's gonna have her own show. So,
are you collecting statues too? I heard statues before I jumped in too. Were you guys going ahead? Statue collection? Okay.
I am. I have a bunch. Yeah. Optical has not as many as I am, but I'm getting him into them a little bit more. So for me, Zenobia, I do have to be really particular about what I order because those statues are expensive, obviously. So when I'm budgeting for that, I got to be really cautious. With the Hot Toys, I got to be very selective because if I'm going to pay $1,400 for these statues, then that's like 6 Hot Toys. So I got to be cautious with the Hot Toys I do get. That's why I canceled Falcon or Cap, and I canceled Clone Wars Ahsoka and Tusken Raider because those are ones I don't feel like I truly need. And if I really want that statue, I got to pick and choose. So,
yeah. And they take up a lot of space too. Some of those pieces are getting huge now. Yeah. So their space. Yeah. And Iron Studios is getting kind of ballsy with some of their prices.
That
now.
DeLorean is ludicrous. Yeah. That's.
No, I saw that, and people are like, "You getting that genomic?" Yeah, look, I love Back to the Future. I'll do anything for Back to, but I would not go that far for Iron Studio. No, no.
It's expensive when 2200 just fits on this guy's like 2 palms.
I know, right? He can hold it like this. It's 2200.
No, and we still have 2 more Back to the Future events. It's already in the books. There's 2 more Hot Toys Back to the Future events. We haven't ruled out the possibility that they may be reissuing or the DeLorean that we saw teased in that photo, which was the Mark III. Remember with the circuit box on top and the 1955 wheels. That was a prototype. I'm hoping they're not messing with me on that.
And even at that, if you buy all those Hot Toys, it's still cheaper than the Iron Studios.
Right.
Even if they reissue DeLorean, it's still cheaper than Iron Studios.
Like you could probably buy the DeLorean and all 4 of the Back to the Future figures, and it'd probably cost you about the same as the Iron Studios.
Are you really asking $2,200? What's wrong with them? Really,
yeah.
$2,200?
$2,200 for it. You get Marty, Doc, and then the DeLorean. They're all 10th scale.
10th scale.
I don't know. I am doing a big statue purchase though, but
ooh,
yeah.
What is it?
You
gonna put it out in the public airwaves?
I've done it already. I've already bitched about it and I cried about it. Mm-hmm. It's the it's Salacious Crumb from Regal Robot.
Oh my god, you did it, Genovi.
You said it earlier.
Where's
he
PJ?
$4,000 Space Monkey. He said.
Yeah.
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 You bought a $4,000 Star Wars puppet, dude.
Yeah.
You went all in on that one.
I'm ashamed.
Hey, we've all bought stuff. It's fine. It's reasonable.
It looks awesome. It's one of I talked about this in one of my midnight fronts. It's the only original trilogy movie that I remember seeing as a kid with my mom and my brothers and sisters, and it's the one out of the original trilogy that I tend to relate most. Even though Return of the Jedi is peppered with so many plot holes as I got older.
Yeah.
But it's the movie that I really connect with out of the original trilogy. I would love to have a 1/6 scale Jabba the Hutt. Like in,
does it need to be moving?
With realistic skin, with the eyes. Oh my God. Like if Hot Toys did it. Now I'm happy with the sideshow statue version. It's fair, right? I'm really happy. It does the job. But if Hot Toys ever did it, I would he's so stupid. PJ, don't judge me.
He's not judging you. He bought it too.
Did he really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah, he bought it. He bought it. So he's with you. He's with you, Dino.
Oh, okay.
He's probably just happy someone else bought it too. Other than
no. Well, I do like puppets. I mean,
hey, expensive ones, but it's a good choice.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, I do enjoy every now and then when no one's looking. I do like to puppeteer. So
PJ does that too, but
PJ does it. Yeah, he'll do it with Salacious, I'm sure.
But I have no idea. I'm usually really anal about when I buy a statue where it's going to go in the room. I have no idea where this guy's going. Salacious. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to hide him in a module case or if I'm going to expose him on a pedestal because he's actually designed to go on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. So I haven't crossed that bridge yet. I actually have been meaning to buy more module cases, but I held back because of the Storm one right now. That's the only reason. I have another slot in my room to add more module cases, but I can't shell out $1,000 for module cases until I know what's happening this holiday season or this fourth quarter. What's coming in? What do I need to buy? What do I need to shovel back and forth and so forth? Because there's a lot of stuff I want. I pick on Star Wars all the time, but I make it very clear. Like there's a lot of stuff that I want. I haven't pre-ordered any of it because I have to strategize, but one way or the other, I'm going to try to slip it into my collection, hoping, I'm knocking on wood here, that some of the stuff will sit. Because that's my secret. That's how I'm going to be able to, I need some of the stuff to sit. I need some of the stuff to offer free shipping. I need some of the stuff to give me coupons or discount, or maybe there's a surplus of Ahsoka's in KG Hobby for $212 free shipping. Oh, cool, Ahsoka. Now you get to enter the family, because everybody punked out on you, Ahsoka. So now you get to come in, So what other Star Wars? Because at 50 plus at the time, which was 50 plus, not everything is going to be a Grail. Even though everybody out there in YouTube land is throwing the word Grail. Oh, this is going to be the next Grail. I'm telling you, this is you guys are throwing the word Grail around. You don't really understand what the word Grail means. You can't christen something Grail without it actually being released yet or shipped yet.
Yeah.
So,
Everything's a grill. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I know PJ talked to you about doing a stream, so it will be dangerous for me if you, PJ, and Matt were on one stream because all of you bought that Salacious Crumb.
Oh my God,
Myself.
optical.
So
But
now,
I have restrictions though. I'm not like these other cats like Will and PJ though. Optical. I don't I I'm not I have a few statue pieces in my collection, but with respect. If that makes it, like
you mean to
I'm-
say you're not going to buy the chess piece from Regal?
yeah.
You're
What's
not gonna
that?
buy the Tauntaun?
The Tauntaun head
Oh no
from Regal
no.
Robot?
Yeah, I put that on your wall or something.
Or the
No.
chess piece. There's like they invented they made
No,
this
no,
like
no,
$8,000.
no.
No,
No. I did do like the Rancor from Sideshow. I thought that was cool. I thought when I did the math and I realized that it was 1/6 scale, and the price point compared to what was out there,
Yeah.
I can fit that. I have a few like with Jabba, the Sideshow Jabba. That's a statue piece, right? So I have
yeah.
I strategize certain statue pieces into my collection that can serve a benefit to me. If that makes any sense, or an emotional connection and so forth. So I probably have, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 statue pieces. No, I'm not too heavy. I have the Alita, the Prime One Alita.
Prime
Oh,
One,
man.
Oh, optical almost bought that. Yeah.
yeah.
I have it.
I'm working on
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I have the Prime One Alita that I bought directly from Japan because they were doing they had her on sale, and I got the deluxe Alita directly from Japan, and I waited for her to arrive all the way from Prime One Studios from Japan to pre-order 2 more items from Prime One because I wanted to see if I can trust a package of that size being shipped from Japan to arrive in Las Vegas in one piece. And Alita came in perfect. Not one scratch, nothing was broken. It was perfection. It was a beautiful piece. It just blew me away. So I did pre-order 2 more Prime One statues, and that's it. That's it. It was the Dark Side Deluxe from Justice League.
Oh, okay. That's a great one.
And then the black suited Superman. I have him on.
Oh, nice. That's also really good. They made a small batch of that. Yeah, I think it was like 500 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and he sold out or waitlist or something like that. But yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Denobi, I don't know if you've heard, but I have a Prime One Sauron shipping soon. So that thing is a beefy boy. He's 65 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 45 inches tall. So he's going to be a big boy. I got a spot on my table downstairs for him, but yeah, he's quarter scale.
He's so Prime One Studios is very dangerous because when I was in Japan in 2019, I got to visit one of their flagship stores.
Oh,
and it was very. I think I did a stream or something on there. It was a very overwhelming store. It was pretty impressive. The one thing, I guess money would stop me too. But the one thing that really is the space because these are these are grandiose pieces. This isn't something that you would put on top of a toilet sink or on top of your kitchen counter type deal. Like this is something that you want to present. Yeah. And even though I have a big studio, I have a pretty decent big room. Prime One Studios can eat up my room really fast, and I do need a certain amount of space to film and stuff and work like that. But anybody out there that can devote more love to Prime One Studios, man, oh man, they deliver good quality stuff. And I'm jealous. To me, it's just a space because I've seen statue collectors just run out of space. I've seen statue collectors when they get their pieces, they put them on the floor because they have no place to put them. On the floor. Their kids are walking around. I'm not kidding. Optical, you know that they put them on the floor and they walk. They don't have any place to put them.
Yeah.
And if I'm spending and if I'm spending that kind of money, no, I'm not going to put my statue on the floor because I have no place to put them because they're too heavy to fit on top of the pressed wood IKEA shelf because it'll probably collapse.
Right.
Or so they put them on the floor, and I've seen the photos. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
You got to invest in display. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Genobi, I might get some Maja cases at some point, so I'll have to talk to you about that for sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's a slippery road. Maja cases.
That's the problem, man. I know.
It's a slippery road.
And for these statues, I need like maxes. So
the problem with Maja cases, and I've said this, and I'll keep saying this again, is that A, they're expensive, and then B, when you get them, you will look at your detox like they're trash.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I had you guys in there. Oh, yeah, it happens to every. I'm
Right.
telling you. Yeah, but you won't know that until the module cases enter your your man cave or your personal bubble space where you keep
Right.
your toys or whatever.
Mhm.
Once those module cases enter, and then it's that black and it's classy and the LEDs, and then you turn your head left, and then you see your detox, and you're like, oh, I guess I could put my shoes in there now, right? I mean, it just
Right.
it changes your perception, you know.
Yeah.
And I joke about it because I mean I started with detox too, you know. I started collecting detox, but I knew with Iron Man that wasn't going to last. I wasn't going to bury myself in 30 detox and whatnot. That's not
Right.
going to work. But module cases will do it. Apparently, Sideshow's snuck out an unboxing of the Short Troopers while Leader Johnson. It might be coming here to US. Oh boy.
I know Lando's shipping now, so
Lando ship. I don't have him on pre-order yet. I need to though. Do you have him on pre-order?
No, they sent the email that everyone.
Yes, I just sent the email. I don't. I'm waiting. I want to see in hand, but he does tempt me. He definitely tempts me.
I don't have a choice. He's an OT
OG
character.
Right.
I have to. I don't have. I'm gonna get. Maybe I'll do tonight. I don't know.
The last
I
remaining
have to get.
235 Kenobi, 235 character with a face.
Right. His outfit is really great, and the sculpt looks really good from the pics. So.
Yeah, I've seen the blog photos. I mean, they can't lie, right? The blogger photos on Hot Toys. I mean, it looks pretty
Right.
decent.
It looks good.
You know?
Yeah.
He's a character from that was designed in the 70s. His costume's not going to be very flashy. I mean, it was very simple poly. It was a polyester
Right.
pants and top with a polyester cape. I mean, his whole outfit from
Right.
for the actor was all polyester with a couple color two tones. Was it blue or something like that? And then
Mhm.
and then his platform boots. Billy D. Williams was wearing high heels on that set, and they even got that down right. Did anybody catch that? Did you know that Billy D.
Oh no.
I don't even think so. I gotta look it up now.
Billy D. was wearing pimp high heel boots for like the classy black man of the 70s of that time, which is badass. I just think it's cool. And the Hot Toys was able to capture that. I'm like, man, you even got Billy D's high heel platform boots. I go,
Yeah, I see him. I see him. Yeah.
you see him now? You see him now? Yeah, you see?
Yeah, they're on there.
Some
Yeah.
pumps.
Yeah. So I have to get him. He's original. I don't mess around with OT characters anymore. He has to come one way or the other. He has to enter there. And then did everybody else catch? Because I noticed it today when I was in one of the panels that in all his photo shoots they didn't even dress him up with the Bespin Han. They had him with the original trilogy Han Solo. Did you notice that?
Yeah, probably so people will stop asking about it. That's probably why.
We're not getting it. I'm telling you that right now. People need to stop.
You think
that.
so? I think we might.
God,
I don't know.
You don't
No,
think so?
I think Harrison Ford told Hot Toys or somebody, F you. I don't think he
Really?
gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he controls his likeness, and he's to that point right now where he wants to die a hero. That's why he's forcing everybody to make another Indiana Jones 7 or whatever. Yeah, so he doesn't give a shit. He wants to die as a hero. Same thing too, like this other Shatner. That's all they. It's all about legacy now. I don't. It's when you reach. I guess when you reach a certain age, it's not even about money. It's about how you're going to get remembered. And I'm almost positive Harrison Ford doesn't give a shit about money anymore. I think it's like,
I'm sure.
I want people to remember me as Jones,
Yeah.
and that's it. Forcing everybody, even after the injuries, holding up production. I mean, he's falling apart. Same thing too for another of my favorite actors, Patrick Stewart. Guys he looks horrible. They don't care about money. I'm telling you, they just care about working. Is not signed his likeness odds. You got that right, and then some. Yeah, so people need a Bespin. You're better off Kit bashing him or something. Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah, he doesn't care for Star Wars. I just don't think he cares about money. I don't.
So your best bet now is, knock on wood, when he passes away and you got to deal with his estate then.
Yeah, I think he cares more. I think out of all the IPs that he's been associated with, I think the one that's true to his heart is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's Indiana Jones. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, is the one. The fact that he's on a wheelchair, swinging from vines and shit on that set, it's bonkers. Who's his wife? Clarissa Flockhart, right? Is he still married to her? Clarissa Flockhart from Ally McBeal. I think that's his wife.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Since 2010, as of 2010.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. It's There's, I guess, like I said, when you're an actor to a certain point, like Patrick Stewart, the guy. Why are you making Picard season 2? Because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to stop working. Same thing for Ian McKellen. He's doing theater right now. These guys are like 80. They don't want to sit and retire.
Yeah.
They want to keep working. That's how they stay alive. That's how they perform and so forth. Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, William Shatner, going up on a rocket. It's which I get it. After a while, like it's about leaving your legacy and stuff. So
crazy, man.
Yeah, but I'll buy his act. I mean, if Hot Toys decides to make an Indiana, maybe he might do Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Hot Toys.
DX07.
Yeah,
Jones.
Yeah, they might do a new indie. Yeah, they might do it.
Yeah, he may sign up for. He may be more likely to sign up for Indiana Jones if the figure knocks off 20 years off his face or something. Like Carrie Fisher did. Carrie Fisher had to sign up for her likeness, and she probably said it looks too old and fat. She's smoking a cigarette. Knock off 15 years. With her coke nail.
Jesus.
So, oh well. But
Anyway,
you see what happens. Anyway, my phone's about to die optical. I have like 5%.
No,
so
dude, thanks for jumping in, man.
Yeah, I have to jump on. Are you gonna have PJ? PJ, are you on there? Are we gonna bitch tomorrow? I'll jump. PJ, if you do, I don't know when I'm gonna be free tomorrow. There's some panels tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, PJ, send me a message if he's still on there. Is he still on there?
Yeah.
He said like maybe like next Sunday, because we thought we know you're in New York Comic Con, so we're just like maybe next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I walk around all day and haggle, and by the time I get back to them, I'm beat. Oh, you know what I bought too? A Shadow Trooper, brand new. Stormtrooper, a Stormtrooper. It was a Stormtrooper in black, right? Is that what it's called? Shadow Trooper?
Yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that one? Optical?
Yeah, that's like old, right? Like Shadow.
It's very old. Yeah, I picked them up brand new for $250 off the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's an old one.
That's an old one. Yeah. I picked him up. The guy had him. He was still sealed in the box, and the rat on it. And I'm like, and he had a $300 sticker on it, and I had cash. I'm like, I'll give him to you, blah blah blah. And I haggled him down for $250. I don't know if he was. I think he was one of the older bodies that weren't very articulated. I think remember the Stormtroopers went through like an evolution where the older Stormtroopers, people complained that they weren't articulated, and then there was a newer batch of Stormtroopers that became more articulated and so forth, and they kept that design. I think he's part of that batch. So, but he looked cool. He was brand new, so I picked him up. So,
you better stop going to New York, man.
Yeah, I know, dude. Your budget.
I'm so
you're creating your own storm, Denobi. You're creating your own storm.
I'm trying. I mean, I'm really looking at the stuff in the closet. I gotta pack this. I gotta pack this stuff up. but hey, San Diego next year. I go every year, and then this November, it's their San Diego. It's called Special Edition. What does that mean? San Diego Special Edition.
The deluxe edition.
The deluxe edition, yeah. Which I doubt if even Sideshow will. I wonder if Sideshow will attend.
Maybe not this year. I think.
Maybe next year. Yeah.
I wonder if San Diego can make them
because it's close to them.
But I wonder. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But I'll be attending that special edition, even if it's just for one day, just so that I can get my badge
going.
Yeah, going that I did attend. But anyway, it was fun. Well, it was fun. Fun chatting with you. Fun with you. Yep.
Absolutely, dude.
Right.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So, Will, before we head out, any new things that you're working on?
Dude, I don't know, man. J Rod dropped a comment earlier. He's like, "Well, when are we going to see the James Bond review?" And I was like, "Well, I got to see it first." So I got to see James Bond. I was supposed to go Thursday, but I did the unboxing of with you and Justin actually of the Mando. So
Mhm.
yeah, dude. Honestly, I think I'm going to review that statue. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I want to review the Loki helmet. I have a King Arts 1-to-1 Loki helmet coming sometime. DHL has decided they're just not going to deliver it to me right now. So it's on hold in Cincinnati for some reason. So that I'll probably review. I want to do another video essay optical, but I'm trying to find the right film and topic to talk about. So
I can recommend a few. We'll talk. We'll
okay,
talk.
okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna review Bond. I've heard really good things. It's very long though. It's 2 hours and 43 minutes. So I really want to pick out the right time to go. Maybe Sunday I'll go.
Mhm.
And then write the review up and I'll do all that. But yeah, man, just that. Probably Iron Studios Mando. You were there for the unboxing. I really love it. It's great.
You got to get me on the unboxing of the Loki helmet because we went through that journey together. As a
Oh,
matter of fact,
dude,
we should get Emmanuel. Here.
Anytime, dude. If you want to be there, you're on 100%, dude.
We are the
So
cast
Loki.
outs when it comes to that Loki helmet. So
That one's gonna like Iron Studios Mando took like 30 minutes for the unboxing. That one's gonna take like 10 because it's gonna
there's
be
no
like
parts.
2 parts. It has like 2 horns you plug in and the helmet you screw on the little base. That's it.
We can talk about the shipping. Yeah.
And if it arrives broken, then we can say live Toys Wonderland. It was live streamed, unboxed very safely, and it was broken.
I see you,
yeah.
Toys Wonderland. But
So yeah, that's
I
all.
think it's gonna be. I think.
Oh, and a stream Sunday. I'll probably be streaming Sunday. So
Cool.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us
Yeah.
here. It's been fun. So, but yeah, visit Will Fox in his channel. It's fun out there. I'm always not always there, but whenever I could.
Call of Duty streams, dude. You and I.
Call of Duty streams. We're supposed to do it today. The plan was to do it an hour, but hey, we got the Nobi in here, so it was fun. It was unexpected and it was amazing. So it's awesome.
It's the Nobi's
Thanks,
fault.
guys. Yeah, it's the Nobi's fault.
We
That's
blamed
just
it.
him. But thank you guys. Check out Will on Sunday. I think we're gonna do one on Sunday as well with Matt, but I don't know. I don't know if that's concrete yet. I think so, but it'll be cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.